doing. Team news has come in, and I've got to be honest with you. I'm always going to be honest with you. I think it's a shit team. I have to be honest. I'm not happy with that team at all. I have to ask the question again, why is Ashley Young starting games for Manchester United? Why is Lukaku starting? Why is Martial not starting? Why is Lingard not starting? You've got an opportunity there tonight to put out your best team, and that for me is not our best team. I know we've got injuries. I know we've got Matic and Herrera out. But to start Lukaku, even to start Rashford over Martial, it's just a weird team. And look, we've got to get behind the team. I'm not going to say anything else. If we can pull off this, we did it in PSG, why couldn't we do it again? But I don't think it's a very, very good lineup for United at all. I really don't. I think Romelu Lukaku is an Everton striker. We're playing Barcelona here. The thing for me is that I knew the midfield was going to be weakened with Fred and McTominay and not having Matic and Herrera. But I think we've also weakened our strike force and our defence. I mean, there's rumours that Ashley Young is going to play as a right-sided centre-back. I really hope we're playing a flat back four with Dalot as a right winger. But even then, it doesn't make much sense, this team, because you look at the bench. You've got Phil Jones, Marcus Rojo, Andres Pereira, Lingard, Mata and Martial. I mean, if they're fit enough to be on the bench, they're fit enough to start. It's just a really, really weird team, and I'm not gonna lie about it. I'm not happy with that team. I hope it works. I hope Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's got it right, because I think it's a terrible team, odd team. But look, I just wish it would kick off now, because that team to me has massive issues in it, because like we're playing a game. The thing that jumps out at me is that I'm not a coach, and most of you aren't coaches. But the thing that jumps out to me about that team straight away is we're playing a team that's very good on the ball, and I look at that Manchester United side and I think, well, Lukaku's terrible on the ball. Rashford's out of form. McTominay and Fred are inexperienced. Where's the fluidity in that team? Straight away, I look at it and I think, where's the good football play on the counter attack coming from? Where's the drive and flair in that team? Lukaku's got no flair. Pogba. I mean, if I was Barcelona, I'd basically look at that team and say, right, 2 players on Pogba, we win 5-0. You know. But we're going to get blasted by Barca, says Brendan Frieders. Let's have a look at what people are saying. I haven't looked at that is the confirmed lineup, Bibesh, and I think that it's good options on the bench since we, says Nathaniel Gonzalez. Yeah, but you know what? Stay positive, says Zane Scope, which is very, very important. Mark, why is Young playing? Christ's sake, says Son Goku Ian 97. Who's on the bench, Mark? So you've got Martial, Mata, Lingard, Rojo, Jones and Pereira. You know, 6 half-decent, better than some of the shit that's on the team. But, you know, Ashley Young could do anything. Ashley Young can do anything. They just seem reluctant to ever drop him. I'm surprised. You know what I'm really surprised about as well? I want to talk about for a moment. Why is Romelu Lukaku starting? He was absolutely terrible against Wolves. What's he done to start today? Why would you not start Martial and Lingard in the front 3? Why are we not playing our best front 3 again? It just doesn't make any sense. We want to hurt Barcelona on the break. You could have had Lingard, Martial and Rashford as a front 3, hurting them on the break. And we don't. We play some weird shit 3 at the centre-back with Ashley Young. And we got Dalot and Shaw to provide the width with Lukaku up front. It worries me that Ollie is picking that team, says Matthew West. I've got to be honest with you, Matthew. It worries me that Ollie's picking that team. It's the sort of team that you might expect a Mourinho to select, to be honest with you. I'm slightly worried by it, but we'll see what happens, of course. We've got to remain positive, but it's a rubbish lineup, says Jev C. Hunchy. And 3 at the back with Young. Oh shit, says Lynn Hall. Manu cannot play passing football against Barca, so it's a counter-attacking team, says Chad August. This is going to be fun, says Darth Rian. Hi Mark, not the best, but hope Man United do a Spurs and win tonight, says Alvin Blocks. Thanks, pal. I just wanted to see a United team that excited me, to be honest, and we haven't seen that tonight. It's not an exciting Manchester United team at all. It's quite a negative United team. I think we will get levelled with parking the bus. I'm just having a look at the Barcelona lineup. Nah. Barcelona lineup then. Full strength is Ter Stegen, Semedo, Piqué, Longley, Alba, Rakitic, Busquets, Arthur, Messi, Suarez and Coutinho. I mean, it's just quite frankly a far better side than we've put out, isn't it? But we've got injuries, I suppose. I just don't think I just do not think that is the best side we could have put out tonight. And I'm really disappointed. You know, I'm not going to say anything negative because I like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Manchester United manager, but I think he could have picked a better team today. And also, I also think that you've got to be very, very careful because if that was a Mourinho team, everyone would be going mad. So why should Ole Gunnar Solskjaer get away with it? Well, he should get away with it because he's brand new in the job and we've got to give him time and we've got to be patient. But it's worrying, some of the selections that he is making. Really is quite worrying. Yes, that is the confirmed Barcelona lineup. Ter Stegen, Semedo, Piqué, Longley, Alba, Arthur, Busquets and Rakitic with Coutinho, Suarez and Messi. I can't see that team winning. I've got to be honest. I don't like bullshitting. I cannot see that team beating Barcelona tonight. And if he's going to put that team out in the new camp, God almighty, what are we doing? Focusing on the bloody on the summer tour or something? Really weird team. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go any more negative than that. I just think it's really weird to put Lingard and Martial on the bench and to play Romelu Lukaku, who just irritates the shit out of me how bad he is as a footballer. I hope he scores a hat-trick, but he's a terrible footballer. Lucas Emmerich, Mark, you said it would be unfair to throw Delo into this game, kind of unfair to criticise picking Young. I think Ashley was shit, though. I think there are other options you could do that. Are we resetting yellow cards, says Nullanson1. I don't know. Ask somebody who's in the know about that. Barca's front three must be laughing if they have seen Young playing. I mean, basically, Lynn, we're picking the same team that played against Wolves, aren't we? That went well. So it looks like we're going to do this 5-3-2 thing. I hope that Fred can do well in that position. I thought there was bits against Wolves that were quite good, even though some United fans thought he was absolutely terrible. McTominay, is he a player at this level? Is he a player at Premier League level? Well, you know, there's nobody else. There is no Herrera. There is no Matic. The bench, midfield-wise, is terrible again. But you know what? We always fall into this trap. I'm going to say this right now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hinted this afternoon or yesterday that he wouldn't be afraid to throw youth into this game. Where's the fucking youth then? Where is the youth again? There's no youth on the bench. I just think that there are certain, you know, it's almost like feeding seals. They just keep chucking us these fish that we go, arr, arr, arr. There's constant talk of youth. Woodward mentioned youth. Ollie keeps mentioning youth. Where is the bloody youth? Where was the youth against Wolves? You know, I'm not saying that I would have played any youth today, but I'm fed up of hearing, oh, youth. I'm not afraid to use youth. But we never use youth. So stop mentioning youth. Stop trying to veer yourself away from Mourinho, because at that team today, if that was Jose Mourinho in charge, I would go, I'm not surprised. But I'm quite surprised that Ollie's put that team out today. I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's best team was Rashford, Lingard and Martial. And I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's best team was a 4-3-3. And when you look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's history at Mulder, at Cardiff, 4-3-3 is the way he likes to play. He likes to press the ball. He likes to move the ball quickly. He's got an opportunity to play 4-3-3 at home to Barcelona. And we're trying some weird formation that we've done once under him before, 5-3-2, and we're dropping two of the players that I thought were two of his favourite players in Lingard and Martial. And Martial's just signed another long-term contract and isn't getting picked again. It really fucking frustrates me that Lukaku is starting. He is a dead footballer. He might score us a couple of goals today, but the football, I can tell, is going to be shit. Where's the possession in that team? How are we going to string 4 or 5 passes together? Rashford's out of form. Lukaku's a brick wall. They'll swamp Paul Pogba. McTominay's not really got a passing range. Fred's a CDM. And the wing-backs are going to be basically like a back five. I can't see an entertaining performance from United tonight. And I was hoping that, yeah, we're going to have to soak up a lot of pressure. But with people like Martial and Lingard, you've got people who can retain the ball and move the ball. But, you know, who am I? I'm just a fan. Ollie not getting toe-to-toe like PSG, Lingard, Martial for the last 20 minutes. Schwinkter time for first 70 minutes, then attempt to nick a goal. Yeah, T. Ballard's right. I think we are going to be parking the bus for the first first 70 minutes by the looks of it. But I suppose that's what we are. You know what, actually, that's a very good point, because I suppose some of us United fans want us to have a go, but actually we're not a very good side, and maybe this is about as far as we can go. Park the bus at home to Barcelona because we're just not good enough. Welcome Andy T, our latest new member. I must just remind everybody, actually, you can become a member of the United Stand now. There is a join button. There is a link in the video description as well. If you do join, you'll see some people have got, thanks for the contribution, Eleon Vasquez. If you do join, you get a little badge next to your name and it's in green, so people know that you're in the members club. But also you get access to our emojis, which are very, very good on match day, because you get access to them. But we've actually got a brand new special emoji for you today. And I'm just about to tweet it out if people can see. It's the shark. We got the shark for Suarez. We've got a shark emoji for Suarez. So link in the video description, or use the join page to join the United Stand Members Club for that. And also, if you go to the homepage on the community tab, we do put exclusive posts up for members. And there is a very exclusive photo of the United Stand kits that you can see there as well. I'm loving these light nights though, says Red Baron. Yeah, it is quite interesting looking outside and it's light for once. Let's do it, says the Perseverer. And Andy MT is using the goal emoji, and I hope that we are using that in a United's point of view. It's a good team, Mark. We've got some legs in midfield, which we need, says Luke Thompson. Luke, that's your opinion. I don't think it's a very good team at all. I think we've not picked two of our best players in Lingard and Martial. And, you know, people cannot come at me with, well, they've not played that well lately, Mark. Lukaku was absolutely shit against Wolves. He should have been kicked out of the club for that performance. It was atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. The only reason he got 2 out of 10 was because he was really good at going like that and like that. He did nothing on the ball. So why is Lukaku starting today when he's played terrible in the last couple of games, but Martial and Lingard don't? I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about it. This isn't West Ham at home. This is Barcelona at home. We've got to go to the new camp next week. I want us to pick our best bloody team. And it worries me that that's his best team. It worries me that he now thinks Lukaku should be starting games ahead of Lingard and Martial. And if that's the case, we've got years of battling for 5th. Years of it. This team is not good enough. It's not good enough. It should be better. And you know what? I'm so pro Solskjaer. You know I am. But I'm not going to go through this bollocks again. With every single manager, I've done this first year of positivity. Let's just see. Let's just see. I'm not happy with that team tonight. And I hope I get proved wrong. But this is 6 years without United being relevant now. And I'm not making the same mistakes again of, I'll give him time. I will give him time. But when he picks a team that I don't think is good enough, I'm going to say it. I don't think that team's good enough. I think it could have been far, far better. And I'm not happy with that team. But I hope I'm proved wrong. I'm not paid the big money to be Manchester United manager. He is. Mark, don't forget yellow cards. Maybe he's thinking about that, says Michael Eames. I don't know who's got yellow cards. Wyatt Wilkinson says, positivity, Mark. I agree with you, but let's support our manager until after the game. And if it's gone wrong, then critique. Positivity, come on, United. I agree with you, Wyatt. It's a very, very good point. It's an exciting game. We've got to go for it. And, well, we're not going to go for it, are we? That's the whole point. We're definitely not going to go for it. Maybe it's a 4-3-3 with Delo at right wing, says Prabhat Kumar. If it's a 4-3-3 and Lukaku starting, that's even bloody stupider. But I tell you what, I must just say this as well. Do you think, as a Manchester United fan, we've got an obsession with Marcus Rashford that's bordering on the stupid now? Because he's been out of form for a very long time. And there's always this obsession to get Marcus Rashford back. Play Marcus Rashford when he's injured. Oh, we hope he's going to be back again tomorrow. And I just think he's a very young player with a lot of development in him. He's my favourite player at Manchester United with one other. But I think we try and make out like he's Mbappe or something like that. And he really isn't. He really isn't. And I think there is an obsession with Marcus Rashford that he seems to play every single minute of every single game. And I personally have always felt that Anthony Martial's a better player. But Rashford starts. I like Rashford. It's the Lukaku thing that's annoyed me, to be honest with you. Lukaku all game, says T. Ballard. Good to see Fred starting, says Lewis Payne. I'd be stunned if Fred and McTominay had not started today. I mean, where else? Who else would you pick, to be honest with you? We haven't got anybody in the midfield, have we? We've got Andreas Pereira. That's about it. So we're weak in the midfield. But that Barcelona team is extremely strong. Even if we had a decent team, which we don't, that team is very strong for them. Ter Stegen, Semedo, Alba, very, very good, quick fullbacks. PK experience. Longley, a very good centre-back. We were linked to him ourselves last summer. You got Arthur, Busquets and Rakitic. They'll just pass the ball around all day. And then you've got Messi, the best player in the world, Suarez the Shark, and Coutinho, who can score goals from a distance. So it's really, really interesting. And but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know what it is? I just want to explain my point of view here. You know what it is? I wonder, I don't see Liverpool fans, Man City fans ever going through, Spurs fans, Chelsea fans a little bit, they do, but Arsenal fans probably not as much as well. As United fans over the last few years, the thing that's really frustrated me is that so many lineups come out and your head drops and your heart drops. And I don't think any of the big clubs have that. They pretty much know what their best 11 is, and they try to put that best 11 out. And I know Liverpool sometimes don't play Fabinho and they play Henderson, and it annoys them. And I know Chelsea don't play Hudson-Odoi, and that annoys them. But we just seem to do it all the time. 3 or 4 players that you go, why are they? What are we doing here? Why are they on the bench? You know, and it seems to happen with every manager as well. There's something odd about Manchester United Football Club and the personalities in the training room, because we just never seem to pick the team that the fans want to see. Very, very rarely do we do it. And there's always 3 or 4 players that you would change personally. But every manager seems to do it. I mean, I'm guaranteed if Fellaini was fit, he'd be playing tonight. It's almost that Fellaini syndrome. We never seem to get the starting lineup that we want. And we're always there going, oh, well, let's see what happens at full time. Let's just try and be positive, because we don't get the starting 11 we ever want to get. And here's another manager not doing it. And I don't know why it is. There must be something really weird in the squad. I don't know. Herrera is apparently injured. Jack Cleary says, stop criticising Lukaku, lads. Criticise Lukaku all you like. Criticise Lukaku all you like. It's a community, and if people don't rate Lukaku, I personally don't rate him either. I don't think he should be starting in this game. This is high-end football, and unless we're going to give him 4 or 5 chances in the box, which I'd be very surprised if we do, I don't see what he brings to that team. He can't dribble, he can't pass, he can't control the ball, and we're playing one of the best footballing teams in the world. But, you know, hopefully I'm going to get proved wrong. Mark, we suffer from something called Deadwood FC, says JC7. Blessed. Martial and Lingard should have started 4-2-3-1, says Stephen Jones. I'm absolutely stunned that Lingard and Martial are not starting tonight. Absolutely stunned. I really thought they were part of our best team. Really, really am. And it doesn't make much sense. Really, really surprised. But, you know, if we lose this game, we lose this game, don't we? No one's really going to be surprised. I'll tell you what is irritating me. It's seeing all the clips of United scoring these goals back in '99. Like there's any comparison with this 2019 United side. I mean, that '99 Manchester United side could actually go toe-to-toe with people and play decent football. I'm looking at that lineup and I'm like, fucking hell. Seriously, I'm concerned. McCaulfield Liam says, what do you think of Ollie's use of youth, not even putting them on the bench when you look at my team, Chelsea, playing Hudson-Odoi 2 Premier League starts in a row? I've said this before. I think this youth thing is a myth. I think everybody assumes Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because he's part of the setup at United and played here, he's going to use the youth. He hasn't used any youth yet. He's given them a few minutes here and there. He's not used the youth. He could have used the youth. He doesn't use the youth. And that's a myth. I hope he will do in the future, but he doesn't at the moment. I'm irritated by that team and I need to move past it. I think we all do. It's a 3-5-2 formation, says Folding Paper. Yeah, I think it's that team that I've put up on the screen there. So you'd have Young as a right-sided centre-back. I mean, what a back three that... I mean, again, this begs the question. If we are playing a back three, why would you play Ashley Young as a right-sided centre-back when you've got Phil Jones and Marcus Rojo? It makes no sense. I think it's meant to be some sort of tactical genius. But as we saw against Wolves, it was tactically fucking stupid. To be honest with you, Ashley Young, I think I gave him a 3 out of 10. He was awful. He had like a pass completion rate of 25%, which is like what you'd expect of Stevie Wonder in pub football. So, if we are playing a back three and we don't know till kick-off, why on earth would you use Ashley Young as a right-sided centre-back when you've got Rojo and Jones on the bench? I mean, I'm no massive fan of either of those two, but they're certainly better than Ashley Young. Herrera is agreeing the PSG deal right now is what he's doing. I'd at least have Chongi or Mason on the bench, and why is Mata even there in the game? And Martin Spellman, why are we surprised? The way United is run, how could we be anything other than part of the bus? The problem is the owner's mark, Glazers out. Well, it's not the Glazers' fault for picking that team, is it? Let's be honest. I mean, I agree that there are massive problems at Manchester United with the way it's run, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the manager. He's decided to go with this team. I'm very surprised by it. Very, very surprised by it. And if we do end up losing this game, I'll always feel, well, why didn't we go 4-3-3 with Rashford, Martial and Lingard up front? I'll be very disappointed about that. So let's see what happens. Logan Hulme says, this is hard. I support both teams, but Manchester United all the way. Controversial. Martial should play, says Rems. I'm with you. Brandon thinks it's a 4-4-2. If it's a 4-4-2, then obviously Young would be right back, Shaw would be left back, Dalot would be right-sided midfielder. I don't think we'd play a front two. I don't know how 4-4-2 would work, to be honest. Rojo knows Messi from training, says Chloe Jenkins. A very good point. A very good point. Who would you have as captain of this team, says Hawk Hard Styles. Well, we're leaderless anyway, aren't we? I mean, that's just another thing. Don't care what happens. Hope to see good football, says 12 times. I think you'll be hoping. I think you'll see very good football from Barcelona. I don't see how that United team, if I'm going to be totally blunt, can play football. I don't. Lukaku can't play football. Rashford and Pogba can. Fred's going to be playing very deep. I mean, realistically, yet again, I think if you block United's left-hand side down, you win the game because the right-hand side just looks rather weak. Lukaku, McTominay, Young and Dalot. And then our left-hand side looks quite good with Pogba, Shaw and Rashford and Lindelof. But I don't know. Let's see what happens. Mali Mana says, stop moaning. We go with what we have. Bro, mate, you've just moaned back. Do you not understand what football fan content's all about? It's about opinion. If we didn't actually analyse and discuss how we feel about something, it would just be silence. And you've actually contradicted yourselves there by saying don't moan, but we go with what we've got. You're basically expressing your opinion that, come on, we go with what we've got. Whereas some people have a different opinion. So, you know, get on the bus and let's park it. A lot of people arguing about formation again. I think we've made that mistake many a time on the United stand, so we'll see what happens when we kick off. Please do, look, more than ever, please do smash a like on the video. Let's see if we can get 2,000 likes before kickoff, because I think we're going to need it today. Superstition or not, we're going to need a bit of superstition, I think. Could you read out the bench? I'm late, says I'm tan. So the bench is Romero, Jones, Rojo, Pereira, Mata, Lingard and Martial. So... yeah, at least two of those should be starting as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, Ollie's at the wheel. Ollie's at the wheel. Can we get a few Ollie's at the wheel emojis out there? Let's get a bit of positivity going. Also, can a few of you debut the shark emoji, Jaws? It's especially for Luis Suarez tonight. We've got an emoji of a shark and Ricky Singh says, Mark moaning like he doesn't know the squad we have. That's the whole point, Ricky, and putting it in capital letters doesn't make your comment any better. It's still poor. I know exactly what the squad's about, and I've already said Martial and Lingard should be starting, so what are you talking about? Like, I don't know what the squad is. There's a better team that could have been put out tonight, in my opinion. That's what I've said. I'll stand by it. I hope I get proved wrong. Plenty of Ollies at the wheel, and there we can see. I love that emoji, and thanks for Zane Scope for the shark. Loads of sharks in the live comments now. If you want access to these emojis, which we got Lube Shaw, we got Ollie at the wheel, we've got Pogba, we got Martial, we've got Goal, we've got pink boots, we've got pink glove for De Gea, we've got all sorts of emojis. If you want access to them, join the United Stand Members Club, link in the video description, or just click the join button. You also get a little badge next to your name. You can see some people's name in green with the United Stand FC badge. Those badges change for every month you're a member, and then we're giving out the United Stand FC badge as an exclusive badge for the first month for all you new signups, and you get access to the emojis, and you also get access to our exclusive community tab where we put up early stuff like the picture we put up for you today. Lingard is in bad form, but why is Martial on the bench? Says Salah. Well, you know, I've said that as well. I think we're all sleeping on the fact that Lukaku played terrible against Wolves, so there is no argument to say, oh, Lingard and Martial are not playing well at the moment. They've both been coming back from injury. Lukaku's excuse is what? He just played terrible against Wolves. I think Oli has gone for defensive tactics to stop Barcelona from scoring. I hope the low can put some crosses in. This can be a masterclass or a failure. I hope it's a masterclass. I don't think you can park the bus at home. What are we going to do in the new camp then? Park 2 buses? I mean, is this not the game that you try and put a show on? That you try and, you know, get your fans buying into the change that's happening at United. Sharath Kamath Fitness was the one who said that. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer worries me sometimes, says Avishik Chatterjee. Seems to risk taking only when injuries happen, so hoping that works tonight. Yogi's right centre-back is my biggest fear in the 11. And Sergio Hernandez, I think the key to getting at least a draw is stopping Arthur. Good player he is. Well, you know what? I'm going to be fair to the midfield and say that we've just got a new member as well. If you do become a member, it gives you a shout out. So welcome to Aidan Whaley. He's our latest United Stand member. Welcome, Aidan. Get on the emojis. And Sergio Hernandez says, I think the key to getting at least a draw is stopping Arthur. Good player he is, which I've just read. So that's fine. That is fine. In relation to this Manchester United team, though, I don't really have you'll note that I haven't moaned about the midfield. I've moaned about right-sided centre-back Ashley Young. I've moaned about Lukaku starting. I've moaned about Martial and Lingard being on the bench. But I haven't actually moaned about the midfield. I think it's weak, but as we know, we have nobody else. I don't know what's going on with Ander Herrera, by the way. And as I've said before, if we're not playing Herrera because he won't sign a contract, let's go and play in the National League with Solihull Moors, because it's a small club mentality. Aaron Ramsey's playing for Arsenal and he's leaving in the summer for Juventus. But they know they need points and they know he's an Arsenal player till May. If we're not picking Herrera because he won't sign a contract, what a small club we are. We could have done with him today. He's infinitely better than Fred and McTominay, and he would always give his best in a United shirt. And he's a United player till May. So I really hope that there isn't some bollocks going on at the club where we're dropping players because they won't sign contracts. I hope that he actually is injured, and I think he is. Matic is obviously injured as well. So, look, McTominay and Fred, you can't really moan about them. Yes, we need to improve in that area in the summer, but we can't do that now. So we go with what we got in that state, and I can't really moan about the midfield tonight. There are other areas of that team I feel like moaning about. I think that there are better options, but Ollie's at the wheel. Why not start like we did against PSG first leg? This is AQW King. I think we're just going to be playing park the bus, hit on the brake at Old Trafford. That's what we're going to do. Does anybody disagree with that? Well, Mika, if Ed is punishing Herrera for not signing a contract, then Ed is a dickhead. Maybe Herrera is refusing to play, says Gary Zarbuk. Why? Why would you refuse to play? There's no reason for him to refuse to play. I think the 3 centre-backs are literally just for Messi, says Kenneth Hoagland. Well, I was going to say... Draughty Devil says, last time you're wearing a United kit on a broadcast. It is actually, Draughty. It's a sad occasion. This is the last time I'll be wearing a United kit on a United Stand broadcast. That's all I can say for now. It's been a pleasure, though. David Addo says, if we put Martial and Lingard in the first team and the game is not going our way, we will have no inspiration from the bench. It's one way of looking at it, but should you not try and win a game from the start instead of picking a weakened team to maybe win later? What if it's 3-0? In the first half. Wilhelm Christensen says that Messi's overrated. I'm glad you've said that, mate, because that's probably going to come back and bite you. And Rashmi Sinha says, Mark, I don't blame the fans moaning. We have got our best front 3 and not started them. I bet if Fellaini was here, he would have started. If Herrera's not being played because of the contract, it's not good. Look, I will always approach this channel in the same way. It's about opinion. We don't do this to get interviews with players at the club. We don't do this to get, interviews on the side of the Old Trafford pitch, because if you do that, you've got to broadcast in a certain way. You've got to be, oh, you know, everything's great. Everything's absolutely brilliant. Oh, that's brilliant. I'm a massive fan of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I wanted Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to get the Manchester United job. But what I will not do after 6 years of shit at the club is just sit back every game and go, I'm happy with that team. Let's just wait and see. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the right man. But as I've said before, I think he's very naive and very inexperienced. And maybe he still needs to learn a few things. But I'm not happy with that team tonight. But you know what would make me happy? Is me, as a fan, to get it wrong and is to win that game 1 or 2-0 with that starting 11. And I would be sat here as happy as anybody and I would go, you know what? That's why I'm sat doing this. That's why they're paid big money to manage our club. And I hope that's going to happen. But how many times have we sat on these shows when team news have come out under Van Gaal, under Mourinho and gone, we ain't getting anywhere with that team. And I've just got a horrible feeling about that team we've put out tonight, that team's not going to do any damage. But I hope I'm wrong. Brandon Reesner says, if Barca play like they did against Villarreal, we can cap on some Villa errors. Villa made a lot better. Our form tonight is very similar to Villarreal's 4-4 draw to Barca. They're 18th in La Liga. Yeah, but I think Villarreal are a better footballing team than Manchester United. They actually can pass the ball about. That's my point. I think if we'd played Martial and Lingard, I could see us scoring a few goals tonight. I look at that United team, I don't see any fluidity. I don't see anybody other than Pogba and Rashford carrying the ball. Lukaku's not a footballer in the sense that he's a goal scorer. You need to give him chances. McTominay's not a carrier of the ball. Fred's going to be playing very, very deep. So you need the low and Shaw to have fantastic games just to make us a threat in the final third. I don't see where the chances are coming from. I think it might be a bit like PSG where we're going to counter on mistakes. But where's the football? That's what I wanted to see tonight, if I'm honest with you. But as everybody says, look, we're just talking about the game before it kicks off. I don't know why people get so stressed about it. You know, just because you're at home in your Man United pyjamas, sucking off your bloody United water bottle, doesn't... So what? People can have an opinion on a team. Otherwise, we may as well just pack up, go home and watch bloody EastEnders or whatever else is on a Wednesday night. You know, the whole point of football, the whole point of the United stand from day one was that these are the conversations you have in the pub, on the train, at school. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. It's all about opinion. And some people will be sat there absolutely elated that we're playing Barcelona, not bothered about the team, daring to dream. And I feel the same, but I'm not happy with that team. Welcome to B. Fitzgerald. He's our latest member of the United Stand Members Club. Get your little badge there and your emojis. And Jay Coulter says, Ollie's been complicating his selection since 4-3-3. Lost to PSG and the forced rejig won the second leg. He lost confidence in the team that got us fighting for third and his own system. I think that's a very... I'm actually gonna put that down, Jay, after match. Lost system. Because you know what? That's just done a light bulb in my head. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. He has moved away from the team that was doing really, really well for some reason. Welcome, Rashmi Sinha. He's our latest member of the United Stand Members Club. You can join by clicking the join button, or you can do it through the link in the video description. And you need to be a member to get your little badge and the access to the emojis. We've got the Suarez shark emoji today, and I hope we're not doing that for him scoring goals. Mark Whitten says, everyone is asking why you're leaving, Mark. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Why do people think I'm leaving? Weird. What is the addiction with Young playing right centre-backs, says Cool Jag? I tell you what, personally, I think Ashley Young and Romelu Lukaku are very, very lucky people. The team that BT have gone with, though, is a little bit better. They've gone with Shaw, Lindelof, Smalling, Dalot as a back four, Fred, McTominay, Pogba as a midfield three, and Young and Rashford on the left and the right with Lukaku up front, which again still begs the question, why would you not just put Rashford up front, play Martial on the left and Lingard on the right? But at least it's not a 3-5-2. So we'll see what happens with that. We certainly will. Maybe, just maybe, Ollie is thinking about top four in case of Martial and Lingard. Maybe. And welcome to Jan Tavanen. He's our latest member of the United Stand Members Club. Will the match be streaming live, says Jagan. No, not on here. And Rojo is better than Young, says Alan Chillock. Well, not if he's playing on the right wing. Imagine the timer is fixed, Usman. Yes, I fixed it today. Took me bloody ages. Hashtag USFC from here on in, says Mark Anthony Hawks. Yes, you figured it out. You figured it out. Make sure you keep smashing a like on the video, everybody. We want to get 2,000 likes before kickoff. It won't be a 4-4-2, Jahim. How would you play a 4-4-2 in the modern game? It doesn't work. I wonder what was the visit about Nou Camp by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and feeling. Young playing centre-back again. Another mistake, and I think it's a step back. Well, the encouraging thing about the potential team, and I'll keep it as a 3-5-2 for the moment, is that there is a leak that maybe United are playing a back four with Delo at right back, Ashley Young as a right winger, and Marcus Rashford on the left with Lukaku down the middle. Maybe Martial's not fully fit, I don't know. New member, welcome Jimbo74. Pink Boots, thank you very much. Man United are going to win 1-0 with a goal from Lukaku, says Geordie Boy. I hope so. And to be honest with you, let me just reiterate this. If we play a formation tonight that's not got Ashley Young as a right-sided centre-back, and it actually has got Ashley Young as a right, we are playing a 4-3-3, then my optimism goes up a bit because it's a more attacking team. If we're playing the 3-5-2 or the 5-3-2, I can't see us winning. But if we actually are playing a 4-3-3 with Rashford on the left, Young on the right, Lukaku up front, Delo at right back in a back four, then maybe we will do it. Brendan Reisner says, I agree. After you, I talked about Young in the Premier League match. I think he definitely will have to track his runners this match with that Barcelona attack. Another thing that's just dropped into my head, because I'll always try and be fair. I know a lot of people are saying Martial and Lingard shouldn't start. So I just, I'll always try and be fair, even though I don't agree with what I'm about to say. Maybe if we are playing the 4-3-3, but we're not playing Lingard and Martial on the right and the left, we're playing Rashford and Young. Maybe that's because we want Young and, well, he knows Rashford tracks back, and he knows that Young is a right back. So maybe it's about Young tracking back with Alba, and Rashford tracking back with Semedo, because Lingard and Martial, to be fair, they're not brilliant at tracking back, so maybe that's what it's all about. Or maybe Delo will play as right wing and Young will play at right back, says Scott H. Yeah, maybe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're on 414,142. You can subscribe to the channel by clicking the button in the bottom right hand corner. We've got over 8,000 people watching, which is great. We're going to try and get to 415,000 subscribers tonight. So please do subscribe. And if you are subscribed, please do share the video. Marcus will be joining me. Yes, he will be. Shortly. He is short. Who's on the bench, says Edgar Simmons. So Manchester United bench is Romero. It is Jones and Rojo. It is Pereira and Mata. And it is Lingard and Martial. And the Barcelona confirmed starting 11 is Ter Stegen, Semedo, Piqué, Longley, Alba, Arthur, Rakitic, Busquets, Messi, Coutinho, Suarez. I tell you what, though. Whatever you think about whatever, it's going to be a pleasure to watch Lionel Messi tonight at Manchester United, isn't it? It really is. I'm struggling a bit with my cold today. Sorry, everybody. I thought I'd had a message from someone there that would... if Shaw gets a yellow card, he'll miss the second leg. And that is from Zed Jamie, who sends us bits of information. So thanks for him for that. And not sure if it's accurate, but United app shows 3-5-2. Says Salah, side Salah. Yeah, we've got conflicting things with the team lineup. I've gone with that 3-5-2 with Ashley Young as a right-sided centre-back because that's the one we first thought. But there is another theory that Manchester United might be playing a 4-3-3 with Delo or Young at right-back, Shaw left-back, Lindelof and Smalling, midfield three of Fred, McTominay and Pogba, Lukaku through the middle, Rashford on the left, and then either Delo or Young on the right-hand side, which... You know what? I'd expect us to do that in the new camp because that's where you're going to play defensive. I would have liked us to see us a little bit more attacking at home, but there you go. Safe Ali, I'm only reading this comment because you made a contribution and I feel I have to. But don't ever do this again because I won't read it out. I think it's really rude. He says, Mark, you snake, a month ago... Calling me a fucking snake. I mean, that's just disgusting. He's going to get buried here anyway. Mark, you snake, a month ago you loved Ollie, now you don't trust his tactics. It's a defensive squad, but trust Ollie. That's the United way. Oh my God. How many more contradictions do we want? So he actually ends it with, it's a defensive squad, but trust Ollie. That's the United way. Since when has defensive squad and United way been in the same paragraph, book, or even country? So you're wrong there. That's not the United way. The United way is actually to attack and have a go, which we might do. As for calling me a snake because a month ago I loved Ollie and now I don't trust his tactics, haven't actually said any of those things. What I have consistently said is that I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be the manager and I do back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But what I have said is I will not be that fan anymore that just consistently looks at team lineups and goes, oh, it doesn't matter, I just love this manager. No, we've been proved that so many wrong times over the last 6 years. If I see a team I don't agree with, I'll say it. And then when he gets it right, I'll be happy to be getting it wrong. But I'm not. No, there's too much work that needs to be done at United. We're a long way from where we need to be. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is inexperienced, and he is inexperienced. I have to say that. I do support him. I don't want him to be sacked or anything stupid like that. I don't agree with that team tonight. I hope he proves me wrong. But I don't want him gone. I've not turned on him. I'm just being a fan saying, I don't agree with that lineup. It's called opinion, mate. Look it up. December, let Ollie use this season to experiment. Now we all complaining when he does it. Why? Because he actually does well, says Fangoria80. I don't think it's that, mate. I think it's more because what are you experimenting with? Ashley Young's 49. Why experiment with that? Lukaku is pants. Why are you starting him? So, again, maybe people are just looking at things and just going, I don't agree with it. That might be what it is. Brandon Reasoner says, maybe you'd agree. Play Diamond or 4-3-3 in the second half with Lingard more as a CAM instead of a wing. He seems more deadly there for England. Something to think about. I think that the problem with Lingard is he's not a right-sided player, which is why we'll buy one in the summer. Lingard is more of a central player, but you can't probably play Lingard and Pogba in a midfield three because you need that Herrera or stroke McTominay to do the grafting work, and Lingard won't do that. So I think Lingard at the moment probably suffers from the fact that Pogba's playing the position he would like to, quite rightly. And Norwegian Collector says, my optimism would actually go down. Alba is Barca's biggest threat up against our right side, and him against Young is not going to be fun. I think effectively we're probably going to play with two right backs, aren't we, to be honest with you. And it's took a while. We've been live for nearly 40 minutes, but here's the first time. Zachary Purvis says, if Pogba goes missing tonight, when do we decide enough is enough? His inconsistency is one of our team's biggest flaws. Also wish Chong was on the bench. Zachary, I'm going to stick up for Pogba here and say that if he has a bad... It won't surprise me if he has a bad game tonight, because you look at that team, and if I was Barcelona, I would just go, swamp Pogba. He's the only threat. McTominay's not going to create chances. Fred's too deep to create chances. Lukaku can't create chances. Ashley Young's a right back. Delo's a right back. Marcus Rashford, Paul Pogba. Every time they get the ball, get three players round them. And I think that stops them. But how can you be critical of Paul Pogba if he's going to get 3 or 4 players around him because he's the only midfield threat? So you got to think of it like that as well. Toby Bunsell says, thought everyone was saying that pace was key in beating Barcelona. Where is Martial and Lingard, and why is Lukaku in this lineup? Very, very good point. I don't think there's enough pace in that team, to be honest with you. What can Pogba do with that team? Exactly, says Mr. Aditya44. And Marlon Bloomfield says Pogba's got no help in this midfield. I would agree. And I'm loving the shark emoji. If anyone's seen the shark emoji, that's a special emoji that we've got for you tonight. It's for Luis Suarez. So, you can join that. You can get access to that by clicking the join button and becoming a United Stand MUFC member on YouTube. You'll see our members have got green names and a little badge next to the name, and you also get access to the United Stand emojis, which I'll just go through now. So you've got a Goldbridge one, you've got one with a left foot, which, to be honest with you, I hate to say this, but the one with a left foot emoji, if people could just put it out for a moment, that could be Messi tonight. People said, why have you not done a goat for Messi? Because I think the one with a left foot, which is actually meant to be for our players, I think that one with a left foot could be Messi's emoji tonight, unfortunately. We've got Ollie at the wheel, we've got flip-flops, we've got the lube, we've got the bowling ball, we've got Lindelof the Iceman. What else have we got? We've got quite a few. But I am struggling with Mikoff. I'll get Marcus on in a minute. Sharath Kamath Fitness says, Mark, I feel bad for Herrera. I think we should give him the benefit of the doubt. If he leaves fine, but we should have leave him alone till the summer. Apparently, Ander Herrera... Can I just say this about Ander Herrera, by the way? We signed Ander Herrera in 2014 and gave him £80,000 a week. We are now in 2019 and he's never had a pay rise. He's never had a pay rise. Ashley Young is on 40 grand a year more than him. Juan Mata's on 60 grand a year more than him. Smalling, Jones, all on more money than him. Ander Herrera wants £150,000 a week, apparently. He is more than worth it. He is more than worth it. He's not been valued well by the club, and he's never ever had a pay rise in 5 years. So I think he's right. I think he's been on 80 grand for too long, and he probably thinks, I want a bit of that back. Welcome Pranav Kandalewal, the latest member of the United Stands Club. If you do join while we're live, it actually knocks your name up like a super chat when you become a member. So David Tapgun is using the one double F foot. It could be Messi tonight. But, I mean, look, in seriousness as well, let's just take a chill pill for the moment. I want to be serious and say that when it comes to Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, I said it the same when Ronaldo was playing at Old Trafford back in the autumn. This is a treat. We may never see Lionel Messi playing against United again. He'll keep playing for a few more years, but the last time we played Barcelona, I think, was 7 years ago. So it doesn't happen that often, especially the way United are. We're shit. So getting to see Lionel Messi play against Manchester United tonight, I know it's not nice because we want to win, but actually you are watching history. You are watching, arguably, one of the best players of all time. So that is special. Suarez is a twat, but Lionel Messi is one of the world's greatest ever players, and we're going to get to watch him tonight. So for all the tension, for all our love for Manchester United, I think that is something that we must respect. Well, I will be respecting anyway, that he is a fantastic player and we're getting to see him tonight. Radu Christian, young starting, I see, so you're down to 10 men again. The club have enough money, just give him 200 million if needed, says Jim Clarkson. Mata, Rojo, Valencia, Darmian, Jones, Smalling should go this summer, says Greg Jones. And come on, Lukaku, says Alif. There are still some people out there who like him, which is good. I don't. I think he's shit. But we've all got our favourites, and we've all got players that we don't think are very good. What I would say about Lukaku is if you give him chances in the box, he's the penalty box king. Outside the box, he's not, to be frank. But Lukaku is obviously Ollie's favourite at the moment because he's playing ahead of Martial, which is surprising. Evening, Marcus. How are you?
How are we doing? How are we all?
I think we're all excited and waiting for the start of this game, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I thoroughly enjoyed the last 10 minutes of the show. Not only do you sound like shit, but you replaced Di Maria as a snake as well. So
yeah, apparently I'm a snake for not liking the lineup, but there you go. We're all for democracy on this channel. What's your thoughts about it anyway? No Martial, no Lingard. We still don't really know what the formation's going to be. There's talk it could be a 4-3 or 4-3-3 or a 3-5-2 with Ashley Young at centre back again. We don't know yet.
I'd worry if it's the 3-5-2 with Ashley Young as the right-sided centre back. We've seen before it doesn't really work. So I'm going to go with the 4-3-3. And I think the only disappointment for me with that team, obviously, the midfield is a major talking point, but we know Matic has not been playing well. We know, obviously, there's upset somewhere between the camp of Herrera and Manchester United about his contracts. And, some people say he's injured. Some people say it's been confirmed, but I've not seen anything that says he's been injured. But, of course, I think the one player that's shocking to me to miss out for tonight's game is Martial. Lingard, I can quite understand because he's not been good for the last couple of games. So Dalot going out on that right-hand side is understandable for me. He's got energy. He's a young lad. He can put the ball in the box. He's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve as well, a beater man. But for me, I think Martial is the big talking point tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't really understand why we've not done that. And to be honest, we watched that game against Wolves, and I thought Lukaku was absolutely terrible. So if people are saying, well, Martial's not been picked because he's not been good enough, I'm sorry. I thought Lukaku was absolutely diabolical against Wolves. And I think what we're seeing is that Ollie prefers to pick Lukaku in the team at the moment, which worries me because Lukaku's ceiling is 5th place in the Premier League. I don't think he's a top 4 striker, so that's worrying. But Sharath Kamath Fitness says Messi is football, Cristiano Ronaldo is my life inspiration, but I wanted to play like Messi. Let's enjoy this night and not be bitter. It's a great occasion. Well, how do you think the game's going to go?
Well, do you know what? I'm just talking about Martial for a second. I think as well, if you believe what's being said in the papers and what's been said on Twitter, and especially what Ollie said as well, that Rashford's still carrying that injury, I think it's a really strange one to go with a guy who's, you could say, half fit, than a guy who's fully fit on the bench, who's a natural out in that left-hand side instead of Rashford. That's if he goes to 4-3-3. But, yeah, until we kick off, no one knows what the formation's going to be. I've seen BT put it up as a 4-5-1 in a way. They've done it as a 3-5-2 as well. They've done it with Ashley Young on the right side and Delo at right back. So we're just going to have to see until kick-off. But, I think tonight's game, I think United have got to play the perfect game tonight. They really have. Barcelona, they like to keep hold of possession. They like the ball to do the work. One of the best possession sides in the world for me. They've got some fantastic players on show tonight. But we got to remember, this isn't the Barcelona of 5 years ago, Messi's getting on, Suarez getting on, Rakitic is getting on. It's interesting that Semedo's coming tonight. That's the one change they've made from the Atletico Madrid side that they beat over the weekend. So I think it's going to be a good, entertaining game tonight. I really do.
Greg Hempsell says maybe we'll sit back for 70 minutes and soak up pressure, bring on Lingard and Martial and hit them on the counter. The old Muhammad Ali, rope-a-dope, get well soon, mate, says Greg. Thanks for that. And whatever happens tonight, this won't be the last time we face Barcelona in the Champions League. We need time to rebuild. Ollie just got here, for fuck's sake, says Chris T. But you know what? I disagree with that. I'm sorry, Chris. And I like the fact that you think that because it's a really positive mentality to have. And I don't have a problem with it. But I'm not going to be told how to think. I've been through Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and now Ollie. And I'm not making that mistake this time. I back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as manager. 100%, you know I do. I wanted him to get the job. I think he's the right man for the job. But what I'm not doing for the next 18 months is just sitting back there with every team I disagree with and going, doesn't matter, Ollie's at the wheel, I agree with that. I'm not going to do it. I think he's the right manager, but I think, in my mind, I think he needs to learn to pick his best team. And I think it was Jay who said that he seems to have wandered away from the team that was brilliant for 3 months. It was an amazing run, and it was a 4-3-3. And it was Rashford, Lingard and Martial. And he just seems to be ignoring it at the moment for some reason. Lukaku shouldn't be anywhere near our best 11. Nowhere near it. So I'm going to say that. I don't care. I don't trust that team. I don't trust it. I don't think it's good enough. And I hope I'm going to be wrong. But that team will... Lukaku in the United lineup is not going to win as the Premier League. It's not going to win as the Champions League. Ever. And I'll stand by that. And if I ever get it wrong, obviously I'm here to be shot at. But I don't think I will be. I think we need to get back to that best 11 that we've got. And we can't do that without Herrera and Matic because they're injured. But we could have done it tonight with Lingard and Martial. And we're not in the new camp. We're not playing in the new camp. So why are we going so defensive?
Do you know what? I think, just to counteract that, I would say we all know that team that went out to Paris Saint-Germain wasn't our best team. And, a lot of people in the comments, myself, can't remember if you said it, but I don't think any of us give us a hope in hell's chance of
it's
pulling
quite a
off
similar
that
team to that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a very, it's very workmanlike, very, I want to say a bit energetic as well. McTominay and Fred, okay, they may not be the best players, but Fred at CDM the other week, I think it was the last game against Wolves, he looked the part. Yeah. He did look the part. He could spray the ball about. He got on the ball really well. He was picking his passes out. He played it quick. Everything was along the floor the majority of the time. McTominay as well popped up with that goal. So I don't think everyone should be that negative about the team tonight because we have seen before what they can do.
You know what? Let me just read this super chat. Jordan Such says, playing Barcelona, you need a ruthless striker, and we've got Lukaku. He did that sarcasm though. And welcome to Shout It Out 79, our latest member of the United Stand Members Club, which you can join by clicking the join button. And Sharath Kamath Fitness says, Mark, I love you, but maybe there is injury concerns with Lingard, maybe form and Martial. Maybe, we don't know. I mean, you know what, Sharath, you're probably right. Maybe they are carrying injuries, but at the end of the day, we're fans, aren't we? We can't not talk about something because maybe they're ill or maybe they're injured. We've got to take it on face value. I did hear somebody say maybe he's picking this team as a reward for what they did in Paris. But I tell you what, that to me would be small club mentality. We're not bloody Stoke. We're not rewarding 11 players who turned up in Paris to get us a result. We're Manchester United. You pick your best team, surely.
Yeah, you pick your best team, but I think you've also got to take into consideration the form as well. I mean, if anyone says that Lingard's been decent for the last 2-3 games, I think they're being a bit biased there. I don't think, since he's come back from an injury, he's not really looked the same sort of player. He's got missing in games. I hate to say it as well. I'll probably get a bit of stick for this as well, but I don't think Pogba has been good in the last few games. But again, that's because teams have took that blueprint from what Paris Saint-Germain did to us at Old Trafford. Yeah. You mark Pogba out of the game, and because it's that left side, and we use that left side quite a lot, it stops our flow. So a lot of teams have used that in the last couple of weeks against us, and it's proven it works. But I go back again to Paris. We didn't have the Martials, the Lingards, the Pogba, Herrera, Matic. And people were, and people were absolutely, saying, "What's the point of watching?" And look what they did. So I don't think you should discount us straight away.
Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm just don't.
No, not just you, but I mean, people in the comments as well. I don't think you should get on players' backs. Let's see what happens. Let's see how
get on
they
players'
go
backs anyway. We said this about Wolves. Everyone gets on Ashley Young's back, and I did give him 2 out of 10 and said he's crap. But at the end of the day, he doesn't pick himself, which goes back to the manager again. You've got to be critical of the manager if you don't agree with what he's doing. It's not about being Solskjaer out after 5 minutes, but it's about it's like I was saying before about youth. We're going to use the youth. Well, when are we going to use the youth? I think there's a bit of a myth floating about the youth. It keeps getting mentioned. When he was given the job, Ed Woodward mentioned the youth. Ollie mentioned the youth yesterday. I'm not afraid to chuck the youth into this game. But where is the youth? He doesn't use the youth. Maybe he's going to use the youth, but it gets floated around to suck us all in. But actually, he's probably used about as much youth as Mourinho did. So that's something that he's going to have to improve on. But I really liked this comment from Anthony Kerno. He said, Mark, it doesn't matter who we pick. 8 out of the 11 will always not be good enough because major investment is needed. And that is a very, very good point, no matter what. I think that we regardless of the 11, we know there's a lot of work to be done at Manchester United.
Yeah. A lot of people in comments asking what channel it's on. So in the UK, it's BT Sport 2, I think it is.
Lynn says that Ollie's talking now, so I'm sure she can give us a few updates on him. But I think he's gone with the team that he wants to pick in this. I'd be very surprised if there's any injury concerns over Lingard or Martial. I just think he hasn't picked them, which, as I said, me personally, not happy about. Because those who are happy with it will say, well, it's about form. But Lukaku was crap against Wolves 8 days ago. Fact. So, if it's about form, it's about form. But apparently, there's a lot of conversation going on about formations. And I did say, Marcus, I will not fall into that trap again of arguing about formations. We'll wait and see what happens when it starts. Some people are saying 3-5-2. Some people are saying 4-3-3. I would hope it's the 4-3-3. I suspect and fear it will be the 3-5-2, which I think is very, very odd to put Ashley Young as a right-sided centre-back because he was absolutely atrocious against Wolves, and you've got Phil Jones and Rojo on the bench.
Exactly, yeah, and he did bring on Phil Jones against Wolves, didn't he, towards the end of the game. So it's a strange decision if he's going to go like that. I hope that he doesn't, because it doesn't really play into the midfield or the front, 2 or 3's hands to go with the 3 centre-backs. It really doesn't. It's a bit of a strange one for me, that one. But I think when you look at Ashley Young at the right-back position, he's using Delo as a right winger for the last few games as well. So you look at Ashley Young's replacement. Who could he change him for? Valencia? He's not nowhere near the squad. He's not fit enough. Bay went out there at right back and got substituted after about 20 minutes. Didn't work. So, I think you've got to cut the guys some slack in terms of personnel, because we all know the team's not good enough. We all know it needs investment, but we go with what we got, and hopefully the boys will spring another surprise tonight.
Sharath Kamath Fitness says, if Fred doesn't give a 6 out of 10 today, we are better off selling him for 25 million. Performance in the Champions League where the ball is on the ground. Keep an eye for first touch mark. Please, 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 please. Well, I think we both quite liked Fred's performance against Wolves because he's been so bad that it actually showed a little bit of potential. But I think you could say the same for McTominay as well. Is this McTominay's level? Is it ever going to be his level? People liken him to the Darren Fletcher. I personally think Darren Fletcher was a very, very good player. But I almost feel that Fred and McTominay get a free pass anyway, because who else can play? There's nobody else. We haven't got anybody else. You could have played Pereira, but again, you'd be saying the same thing. Matic and Herrera injured again, or whatever's going on, it leaves us very weak in the midfield.
Yeah, and it just shows to our board, and that we need to strengthen in certainly in the midfield area in the summer. Definitely. I mean, people might say we need maybe one midfielder in there, but for me, I think I'd go 2. I really do, because you've got to take into account injuries as well. We've been so unlucky with injuries throughout this season.
I think if Herrera had stayed, I would have bought 1, but being as he's going, you've got to buy 2.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of talk around that Saul Niguez, is it, at the minute?
Yeah.
So, a decent player to bring in. I mean, again, we're linked to the Rakitic, not for me, but getting on now. So I think it seriously needs looking at, this squad in the summer. But we say that every summer, and every summer at the minute we've been let down. So if they're going to back Ollie, they've got to give him at least 200 million, at least. It's
funny, I was doing a photo shoot this afternoon. This is the life.
Oh, lucky you.
The photographer was talking about United, and he said, his words, not mine, he said Solskjaer will be sacked by October. And my mouth dropped, and he went, look at what happens with caretaker managers. You'll have a bad end to this season, and it'll continue into next season, and they'll get rid of him. And I personally don't think that's going to happen. But what it did make me think is that I think there are United fans out there who think, well, we've got Ollie at the wheel, everything's going to be great. And there's so many permutations. Is Pogba and De Gea going to stay? We've already lost Herrera. Will this club that doesn't like spending money actually spend money? Ollie's inexperienced. Can he be a top-level manager? There's so many. I hope it's going to work out, and part of me thinks it will, but it's a big, big, big job ahead, and I think we need to realise that. Tonight's a treat in many ways. It is a treat. I just hope we don't get smashed. Chris T says, if McTominay has a good game, will you start to trust him starting games instead of going on loan or benched? His development future is unknown. I'll come back to that, because we've got a new member, which is Barrett Powers. Welcome to the United Stand Members Club, Barrett. Get your badge and play with your emojis. And the Battle of Helm's Deep tonight, we have no Gandalf, says Red Baron. Look, in relation to McTominay, all I can keep saying is, he's from our youth setup. Why would nobody want him to be successful? Is he, or does he look like my sort of player? No. He looks gangly, he looks slow, but he scored a good goal against Wolves, and he showed glimpses of capability. But what I need for McTominay to do it for me, because I'm older than a lot of you, I've seen Gerrard at 21, I've seen Scholes at 20, I've seen Nicky Butt at 20, who was nowhere near the quality of Scholes and Gerrard. But at that age, they were very, very good midfielders, mixing it up in Europe against the bigger teams. McTominay's got to start, at 22 as well, he's got to start mixing it up in the big games. He's got to start grabbing a big game. He scored against Wolves, and everyone's like, oh, he scored, yeah, he's great. Well, it's Wolves. It's one goal. He's got to start doing it consistently. And tonight's an opportunity for him to do that. So I hope I get proved wrong about him. Have you remembered to fix the clock, says Simon Heldon. I have. In fact, I'm just going to actually prove I have. Hey, for a second there, it wasn't working. It is. It is. I thought it was going to be a comedy moment. I haven't, but I have. So yeah, there's the timer for you. We'll stop it for now, but it will start when the game kicks off, which is great. Absolutely great. Give us your score predictions then. I'm going to change my score prediction, and I'm going to go honestly 3-1 Barcelona. I just don't think that team's good enough. Marcus?
Well, I was talking to Joy a couple of days ago, and I went 2-2.
That was mine 2-2, but I just don't think that team's good enough, to be honest.
But after seeing that team, do you know what? I'm going to get behind the boys, and I'm really geared up for this. And I'm going to say it's probably going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but I'm going to go with the score that we did out in PSG. I'm going to go 3-1 United.
I'll tell you what, mate. I was just about to say, no one would have predicted it in PSG, and we did it. So anything's possible.
Yeah.
United could win this game. Roma beat them a year ago. So, of course, United can win this game. I'm just going probably with my head. I think that Barcelona are just too good for that team that we've put out today. And I think I went 2-2 if we'd gone 4-3-3 with Martial and Lingard. And I think without those two, the team we've put out, I think, is a little bit weaker. So it swung from 2-2 to 3-1.
See, a lot of people in the comments going with Barcelona win. Do you know what? Throughout the years as a United fan, I always learned at a very early age, never write United off. Never.
You know what, though? We have got that thing, haven't we? I mean, I haven't mentioned it, but we have got this, and Sharath Kamath Fitness says he's scared of Messi, which is fine.
Yeah.
Everybody's scared. There's nothing to feel bad about being scared about Messi, by the way. There's nothing to be bad about. He really is a very, very good player. But what I was going to say, Marcus, is we have got a home problem. We've had a home problem for a long, long time. We just don't seem to be able to get synchronised with the team and the fans. The fans want to be up for it, and they are up for it, but the players don't seem to be able to start games as quick as we used to under Sir Alex, and it's been going on for years. And I think it's something that Ollie is really keen to get back, but we could definitely do with that tonight, because we've got West Ham on Saturday as well at home. So
yeah. I mean, the thing that's going for, the thing that's in our favour is the fact that tonight we've never lost a home European tie against Barcelona. We've won 2 and we've drawn 2. So
yeah, I don't think Messi's ever scored in this round, apparently.
No, yeah, I heard that the other day.
He's never scored in a quarter final or something.
In a quarter final, yeah, it's been quite a few years. So I think hopefully Lady Luck's on our side tonight, and as long as we're still in the tie, even if we lost 1-0 or even if it was a score draw, we're still in the tie going into the second leg next week. So, but I'm going to go with 3-1 United win.
Good. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. I just hope that Suarez doesn't score, because I can't stand Suarez. But he probably will do. It's probably inevitable that he will, isn't it?
He does like a bite or two, now and again. So. But yeah, I mean, let's. I'm raring to go now. We're a couple of minutes away from kick-off. The ground is absolutely rocking. So hopefully we get the positive result we all want, and we can look forward to next week's tie and still be in it.
Yeah, 100% right. So players about to come out. Thank God. I hate the Champions League because they cut the team news so early. We just sat waiting for bloody ages for the game to kick off. But we've gone over 2,000 likes. That's always a good sign. And Ali K says, "You've been proved wrong, Mark. Lukaku's goal's the reason we are in this tie, for God's sake." Hey, don't come at me with crap. You're being too statistical there. You're talking like Lukaku's bloody Messi. He's crap. So
you get some abuse tonight, yeah.
Yeah, they're trying. But no, look, I've got an opinion. You've got an opinion. I don't have to respect yours. You don't have to respect mine. But I ain't going to change it because you spout nonsense like that. I wouldn't have played Lukaku tonight. If he scores a hat trick, I win. People don't realise that. If Lukaku scores a hat trick at full time, everyone will be going, take the L, Mark. And I'll be like, take the L. My team's just beat Barcelona 3-0. I'll win either way. So, bring it on.
Let's also remember as well, Paris Saint-Germain took a really good lead to the Nou Camp. I think it was 4-0, wasn't it? And they got absolutely turned over in the second leg.
I think whatever happens in this tie, we're screwed in the Nou Camp anyway. So we should just enjoy tonight. Which is why I would have gone for it tonight, because I think that whatever happens tonight, it would be very, very difficult to... Barcelona are used to teams going to the Nou Camp and trying to play for a draw. And they won't. They'll just pick you apart. So I just hope... What I really, really hope tonight is that United try and play football. I don't want to be at full time looking on my Twitter feed with Arsenal Chelsea fans going, "You parked the bus against Barcelona," and that would be embarrassing. I really hope that we're going to try and play a game of football. That's what I'm hoping for more than anything.
I think, for United, I think tactics-wise, they've got to press. They've got to do that high press tonight. They've got to get in Barcelona faces. They've got to ruffle them up a bit. They don't want to allow Barcelona to play their passing game tonight at all.
Okay. So, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. United Stand, we're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got live watch-alongs for every single United game, match reactions, fan cams, flexes there. Be interested to see what the fans have got to say, as always, at full time. But we are about to kick off here. I think the world, in the Premier League world, will be hoping that we get absolutely smashed tonight by Messi. Liverpool fans will be hoping for a Suarez hat-trick. I mean, I've not mentioned Lube Shaw. I've not seen his emoji either, but Lube Shaw is probably going to be the man closest to Messi tonight, so it's a proper big test for him, Marcus.
It is. It's definitely. I think it's a big test, not just for him, but I think, Ashley Young's going to be missing for a couple of games, so he's got to put in a performance tonight. And, of course, we talk about him every game. All eyes on Pogba again. Can he galvanise this team if we're in trouble any time throughout the match? Can he play as the Paul Pogba we know and hope he can play? He's had some fantastic games. Go back to that City game, the second half, and the Arsenal game before he got sent off. We know he can play the game fantastically well. We just don't see it often enough. So hopefully tonight it's the stage to do it. Maybe possibly for Pogba and Lukaku, couple of auditions tonight. De Gea, linked to Spain. So you never know. But until kick off, let's get behind the lads and hopefully get the positive result.
Yeah, the talk's over, isn't it? I mean, we can all have our opinion about the team. I'm not happy with the team. I'll wait for the formation and everything like that. But as soon as the whistle kicks off, this kicks in. It's the United badge. This is what we're all about. And as I said in all the previews, this is Mark. I'm watching it on TV and they show a 4-3-3. Interesting, Sergio Hernandez. I hope it is the 4-3-3. I'll be much more optimistic if we are playing a 4-3-3, because I think a 3-5-2 at Old Trafford is just ridiculously depressing. Yeah. But the 4-3-3, which I'll change once we see it kicking off. Let's see how it goes.
So we've got Ashley Young and Luke Shaw on yellow cards tonight as well, as Luke has just said. But Paul Robinson says, anything can happen in football.
Yeah. Anything
can happen. They got Semedo on a yellow. That's the only one they've got. They've gone with a front three. BT have got it as, with Messi, Coutinho and Suarez.
I don't know who that was that Edward Wood was sat next to, by the way. Does anyone know?
No, not a clue.
I feel like I should know who it was, but I didn't. Anyway, we're about to kick off. I will start the timer when it starts. We're definitely not playing a 3-5-2. I tell you what, we're doing something. I think we are playing a 3-5-2, by the way.
No.
We're playing Delo as the left back. Ashley Young, Luke Shaw's playing as the left-sided centre-back. You watch.
Left-sided centre-back.
We are playing a 3-5-2. It will be a 4-4-2, says John Ogboa. It isn't. Delo is a left wing-back and Luke Shaw is a left-sided centre-back.
Well, I'd prefer Luke Shaw as a left-sided centre-back than Ashley Young as the right-sided centre-back.
Yeah.
So that it may work. We'll just have to see. But, yeah, they've certainly lined up, is it?
Don't listen to people saying it's a 4-3-3. It's not. It's definitely a back five, because Lindelof is playing as a right-sided centre-back with Smalling central, Luke Shaw left-sided centre-back and Delo as a left wing-back. If people are saying it's a 4-3-3, you really need to get yourself down to Specsavers.
Definitely not a 4-3-3, guys. But Barcelona are already trying to...
Really, I'm spending too much time looking at the bloody...
already on their passing game, on the overlaps.
It doesn't matter what the TV says, Lucan. TV says 4-3-3. Our eyes are telling you it's not 4-3-3. So, the TV doesn't always give you 100% factual information. Eyes will.
Barcelona got an early corner here. Xavier Daniels, it's not a 4-3-3. Yeah, definitely not a 4-3-3.
If you're struggling to see that it's not a 4-3-3, what I advise you do is look at Lindelof's position. Lindelof is normally the left-sided centre-back. He's playing as a right-sided centre-back, almost as a right-back. Ashley Young is playing as a right wing-back at the moment, and Delot is the left-sided wing-back. You can see the three there. Look at the screen now. Shaw, Smalling, Lindelof. The next line is Young and Delot. Then you've got Fred. Then you've got McTominay, Pogba. Then you've got Lukaku. You can see Lukaku and Rashford as a front two as well. So what are you on about, a 4-3-3? Anyway, it's all Barcelona on the ball at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well done, Smalling. I thought he'd misjudged that then. Right, United to get hold of the ball a little bit with Fred. The problem's going to be where have they got to go? Because it's just going to be loads of long balls. Yeah, another long ball from Young.
Could be back.
That's a foul on McTominay. You should book him for that. That should be a booking. How's that not a booking on McTominay by Busquets?
Yeah.
It's a blatant yellow card. Refs are bloody wrong and already. Yeah. Absolute joke. He hasn't even given him a yellow card. Bloody hell.
Already Busquets should have had a yellow there. Definitely.
Definite yellow. And he doesn't even give it. Disgrace, that is.
United are certainly trying to...
Well, we're just going to hoof it up. That's what we're going to do, isn't it? We know that Barcelona are going to take lots of possession, so we're just going to try and hit them on the break. Yeah, Champion, Erbs, 100%. That was a yellow card. It's a disgrace. It's really a joke because over 2 legs against Barcelona, you know, these yellow cards make a big difference. It was 100% a yellow card. Crap ref. Yeah. I'm fed up of crap refs in Europe.
No,
hey, I've only got one man in the wall here. It's basically a free shot at goal for Rashford. Oh, he doesn't even get it on target. Free shot at goal from 30 yards and you don't get it on target. That's crap, Rashford. I'm sorry, that's shit. You've got a free shot on the goal and you don't even get it on target. That's £300,000 a week, apparently. I don't get that.
That's a bit of a joke for such a young player as well.
1-1 finish. 1-1 finish. Ashley Young's just done a yellow card foul, to be fair, which it was. That's fair play to the ref. He said 1-1 finish, no more. So any more, it'll be a yellow card.
A few people in the comments, Mark, want to know what your time is on so they can sink in.
It's on the screen. 4:48. You know that thing underneath me centrally that's a number counter that says 4:51, 53, 54? That's the time we're at. That was a yellow for Ashley Young, Ivan Rakitic, but he didn't give it. And he shouldn't give him one to Busquets. And to be honest with you, I wish he had given Busquets a yellow card because I don't mind Ashley Young getting yellow cards.
Yeah, that's it. The ref laying down the law already. But yeah, it should have been a yellow there. Ashley Young, lucky to get away with that. He would have been out the next round, next tie.
The only yellows we've seen are Barcelona so far. Oh, Semedo's just skinned Delot there.
Yeah.
He was a player we were linked to, Semedo.
He was, yeah.
Very fast, very fast. Anyway, here's Alba. Not a terrible start from United.
No, it's pretty much going the way I expected. Barcelona, obviously, possession-wise. And United will, I'm hoping United will push from the front.
Terrible defending by Delot. He's got to switch on here. Messi, Fred, holds him up. He's got such a great gravity, Messi. Hard to get the ball off him. But they're just passing it around at the moment. Semedo's causing Delot a few problems. That's what I've noticed. Sorry, J44610. I'm sorry you're going to be the sacrificial lamb here, but you're in a timeout for that, mate.
You know, I just trying to sit back, soak it up at the minute, and hopefully break on a counter, but
McTominay will not be pocketing Messi. I'm just going to make this official, right? Do you want to know why McTominay won't be pocketing Messi? Because he couldn't be further away from him. Messi's playing on the right-hand side and of Barcelona's team, and McTominay is playing on the right-hand side of our team. They're nowhere near each other. And neither was that throw-in from Ashley Young. Ugh.
No. Every time Messi gets the ball, the closest person I'm seeing to him is Fred at the minute. Fred just seems to be shadowing him. But...
Oh, they're together. McTominay and Messi have just stood next to each other. Messi's just everywhere, though. You either man-mark him or you don't. But at the moment, if he got the ball where he's got it, Smalling would be, would be at his funeral tomorrow. It'd be over. Pogba's got Rashford in. No, he hasn't. But United definitely sort of parking the bus and hitting long balls, I think. That's fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, with the quality that's on show, I mean, could you really blame them for playing this way? No. I mean, if you think you're in with a chance, with the team that's out and the legs that are available, you got to play to your strengths in a way. But
I just want to say to everybody who's asking about the timer's working. It's underneath. If you look at where it says 0-0 on the screen, there's a timer above it. 8:05, 8:06, 8:07, 8:08, 8:09, 8:10. It's on the screen for you. So, we're at 8 minutes and 15 seconds exactly now.
There was a great ball from Pogba just now, out on that left-hand side.
To Rashford,
Yeah, playing it across the floor. Rashford was in, but Ter Stegen, the goalie, came out and managed to clear it away. So Rashford was onside.
Well, it's 0-0 after 8 minutes, so we've not conceded, and we've not looked like conceding. To be fair, Barcelona have a lot of the ball, and they're moving it around very, very nicely. But United keeping that back five when Barcelona have got the ball. They've, like you said, Marcus, they've got to have the perfect game, haven't they? They've got to have the perfect game. They've got to work in symmetry. They've got to all do their jobs. They've got to concentrate. We're not good enough to go toe-to-toe with Barcelona. I think that's the bottom line. No,
I mean, after the last couple of, especially the results against Wolves recently, you'd say we're not good enough to go toe-to-toe against Wolves. But, this is a European night. Anything can happen in football, as long as the communication is key here in this game.
That's good running from Piqué there. Rashford's going toe-to-toe with him, and I thought Rashford would pull away from him, but real good speed by Piqué, which is a bit of a worry, really, because that's our sort of meant to be our strength, isn't it, to hit them on the break, and Piqué's the senior centre-back, and he didn't have any problems keeping up with Rashford there, and like KA says, just use his experience.
I mean, the three in midfield for United, without the ball, they're playing very, very narrow. So, to me, it's almost as if they're trying to force Barcelona to go wide and cross that ball in.
Yeah, which they don't like doing.
No, they don't. So, they are playing quite in a methodical way, United, at the minute.
It's a bit like a rugby game. Barcelona are just going side to side with the ball, pushing United back and back and back. But, United are looking quite comfortable. It is that concentration. It's moving the back five across. It's the three in front of the back five, just doing their job, not leaving enough space. And at the moment, it's doing all right. Yeah.
I mean, you're looking, just now, about 20 seconds ago, Smalling is staying with Suarez wherever he goes. So they're forcing Barcelona down the left and right flanks. But Barcelona they don't seem to want to put that high ball in there. They want to try and work it in there.
It's one of the things that I remember. I remember that Barcelona-Inter game when Inter went on to win the Champions League, and for all the parking of the bus by Barcelona, Inter Milan. Barcelona just never. They refuse to put crosses in, and they refuse to shoot from 30 or 40 yards. They have this obsession with the sort of perfect pass-through goal, which they seem to have changed a little bit under this new manager. And I saw them against Spurs, and I was quite impressed the way they will mix it up. But at the moment, they don't really have any... Why would they put crosses into the box? They've got Suarez, Coutinho, Messi. They put a cross in the box. Lindelof and Smalling are going to eat them up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we've just gone past the 11 minutes.
Messi's in. Back post. 1-0. Awful defending. Absolutely awful defending. He's offside. He's offside.
Oh.
Well, it might go VAR. I wouldn't celebrate about it because Suarez is like, what? And I tell you what, we're lucky this is offside because it is offside on the first play. It's not offside on the second play.
The first instance, it is off, definitely.
I don't know how he's given offside there. This could be a goal. If they go VAR, it'll be a goal.
Yeah, it's but again, like you said, Mark, awful defending there. Because
He's not. Well, that's not offside. He ain't offside. This is a goal.
No one was looking at that back post whatsoever.
Fucking goal. I bloody knew it. Absolutely shit defending, that is. What a load of nonsense that is from Manchester United. We're meant to be concentrating and it's just terrible. Messi picks it up. Suarez is unmarked. It's got 3 bloody centre-backs and nobody marks their number 9. And he's already shushing us, you little bloody gerbil gob twat. Like, you know, it really pisses me off, Suarez. Of all the bloody idiots to do it. But who's marking him? Like, we've got 4 players there and nobody's marking him. I know he stinks, but you've got to mark him. You've got to mark him. Messi. Like, Lindelof's with Messi. Who is marking Suarez?
You know, I mean, seeing it back on the replay there, like, you know, Luke Shaw looked round him twice. He could see where he was. He didn't go to him at all. I think maybe, you know, a lack of communication between himself and Fred. And
the shark emoji comes flying out as we all bloody predicted it. But to be honest with you, that is shocking defending from Manchester United. You've got so many defenders. It's like a bloody daddy long legs, but we've pulled all the bloody legs off. You know, there's so many. There's 6 players there. How many legs has a spider got? I don't know. But is a daddy long legs a spider? Who knows? But we were legless. We were bloody legless. It was never offside as well.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I'd put that down to Shaw, Mark. He looked at him. He looked round twice. I think it actually came off Shaw as well.
But you know what? You're probably right. It probably is Luke Shaw's fault. But don't let you know. Luke Shaw's been fantastic for United recently. But you know, we're playing him as a left-sided centre back. You've got Marcus Rojo. Like, why not use Luke Shaw as the Delot position, the left wing back, and play Marcus Rojo as the left centre back, who has massive experience of playing against Messi because he's Argentinian. Yeah. We're trying to reinvent the wheel with formations that just don't make any sense. Why are we playing a 3-5-2? Well, it's a 5-3-2, isn't it? Why are we doing that in a game of this magnitude? Last week we tried to put Young as a right-sided centre-back. Today we've put Luke Shaw as a left-sided centre-back. It's just weird, really weird. But it's a goal. Yeah, it's 1-0. Bloody hell, someone just said, is it a goal or not? Sorry, yeah, it is a goal. The linesman put his flag up, but I don't know why he did it. It was never offside. No, and VAR looked at it and said it's a goal, and it is a goal. So I need to change the scoreline. But away goal as well. Terrible start by United, and the home form continues.
Yep. Home. It's really strange to work out. You know, the home form. It's really baffling. You think United would be absolutely rock solid at home, but it's not. It's been complete opposite.
This is not. This is the problem with that team, though, isn't it? You know, if it doesn't keep a clean sheet in the first 20 minutes, it suddenly becomes park the bus, negative, not got a clue what to do, and that's basically what we're seeing now.
Well, yeah, it's worrying now. I mean, United for the first 15 and a half minutes have not really, apart from the Rashford in behind and the free kick, not really done anything at all. It's all been Barcelona with the possession. Barcelona playing like the home team here, just running rings around United with the passing game.
I hate to say I told you so, but I just did not like the look of this team. I think you're gambling on something that we shouldn't be gambling on, really.
Well, I suppose if you look, towards the 60, 70 minute mark, at least there's options on there, attacking options.
But you seriously think Barcelona aren't going to score 2 or 3 more before then? I mean,
this is the thing, isn't it?
That goal wasn't, it wasn't even a good chance, was it? They didn't have to work for it. It's their first chance, and it's bad defending.
such a shame because the game plan now is, well, I would say it's gone out the window now because United's got to chase the game. But
away goals are very important as well, as we've seen
Yeah.
with Spurs and City last night. You know, long time to go yet. That could be a good or bad thing. But as I said when the team news came out, just to me, and we've got a free kick in a good position here though, so maybe we can do something with it. And it is Busquets finally does get booked, makes a mistake. Pogba draws the foul, very clever from Pogba. We had a super chat from Josh Waring. He says, look how quickly and accurately Barca passed the ball. We need to do the same next year and overhaul our defence. Inexcusable defence against precision. AJ's back. Why play a bloody left back at centre back? Ollie's got it wrong again. We have 3 fit centre backs, but they don't play. And now our game plan is useless because we have to go for it, but we don't have the players to do it. We played Ashley Young as a right-sided centre-back last week and we had Phil Jones on the bench. We've played Luke Shaw as a left-sided centre-back today and we've got Rojo on the bench. I don't get it. And you know what? Luke Shaw is at fault there, but he's a left-back. I've played full-back, I've played centre-back, I've played CDM. I've played up front. They're all very different positions.
Yeah,
but if we could score from this free kick, we've got Fred and Pogba over it. And I remember Fred taking a free kick from this very position against Wolves back in October time, and it hit the side of the post. So,
well, do you know what? I mean, no, seeing as that foul was Busquets again there, Mark, he could have been off.
Yeah.
Already.
Let Pogba take it, says Alex. I didn't see who took it because I was looking at you. Who took it, Marcus, was it?
I think it was Pogba.
I would let Fred take it, I would. Here's Ashley Young. Crap. Mark, UEFA has given it to Shaw as an own goal, says Sergio Hernandez. Well, there you go. I think it's a bit harsh to give it him as an own goal. It did go off him, though.
Yeah. Well, I think Busquets looks the nervous one in the Barcelona team, so I think, you know, from United's attackers, the Rashfords and the Lukaku should really target him now.
Messi just leaves Luke Shaw for dead, and Luke Shaw's getting booked for that. That's him out of the game in the new camp.
Yeah. United just seem to be in all sorts of trouble at the minute.
Well, Luke Shaw's having a bloody nightmare, isn't he? He's getting an own goal, and that's a really soft second yellow card. And I wanted Luke Shaw to step up to the plate tonight, but that's a really soft yellow card to miss the game in the new camp. So it gets better and better, everybody, at the moment.
Yeah, it's not going well. Definitely. He's already missing game in the Premier League as well, isn't he?
He may as well go on holiday. He's missing West Ham. He's missing Barcelona.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, sure, not really.
There you go, Young down the wing. Oh, for God's sake. The fucking hell is that?
Yeah.
You what? Why does he wear the captain's armband? He's absolutely shit. You know, if I was that fan behind Solskjaer, I would be shouting my head off. Why do you pick him? He's absolutely shit. I can't believe he wears the captain's armband. That's the thing that baffles me as well. Not only is he the worst player in the squad, but he actually wears the captain's armband. It's hilarious.
Just over the 20 minutes now, and for me, Young and Shaw have been absolutely terrible so far.
Yeah, he's not having a good game, Luke Shaw. You can see him getting sent off. But you know, Marcus. It's a bit like Young, and I don't defend Young. Thanks for the contribution, Jan Bon Jovi. But Ashley Young played as a right-sided centre back. Rashford's just hit one over the bar. It's got to be hitting the target. You've had 2 sighters at goal now, Rashford, and you've not hit the target once. You had the free kick where they had one man in the wall and you couldn't hit the target. And here, again, same distance, not hitting the target. You've got to hit the target. It's all right having your nice little bloody power shot. Hit the bloody target.
Do you know what? Lukaku, for me in this game, just seems like he's out there to make out the numbers.
I've not noticed. I mean, we're 20 minutes in. I've not
Never
noticed
seen him on
Lukaku
it.
at all.
I've not even seen him pass it, Mark, to be honest. He just seems like a passenger, you know. It's and you'd have to think to yourself, well, if his agent's flirting with Spain and Italy, go.
Yeah, what I was going to say is, though, for all the criticism Ashley Young gets, and a lot of it's warranted, he was awful against Wolves. 25% pass completion rate. He was playing as a right centre-back. And what's happened tonight? We've put Luke Shaw as a left-sided centre-back, and he's playing shit as well. I think there's a lot to be said for chucking players into positions that they don't know how to play. Yeah. And then they, surprise, surprise, they play crap. Luke Shaw is the Ashley Young of this game, says the Francie Brady. And but what's the connection? He's playing as a bloody centre-back. And, Delo's done nothing as the left wing-back. I don't know why we've done this tonight.
I certainly think he should have gone, if he's going to, well, he has definitely gone with the 3 centre-backs. I think maybe he should have sacrificed Ashley Young and stuck Phil Jones in there, to be honest, or Rojo.
A lot of people saying Ollie picked the team. Look, whoa, don't say anything about Ollie because you're not. It's not allowed. Wrong. It is allowed. I want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be our manager. I 100% want him to be our manager, but I'm not going to sit back. This is 6 years now of this shit. Like, I'm not going to sit back when we do weird team selections and go, Ollie's at the wheel. This team was set up to fail, and I don't understand why he's done it. I don't understand why, for 3 months, we played a 4-3-3 with Rashford, Lingard and Martial as the front three, and now, for the last 2 months, we won't do it, and surprise, surprise, we're playing shit football and getting consistently beat. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know why he won't pick his best team. Ryan FTW says, we just came out and parked the bus. I get we shouldn't press them like Liverpool do, but for fuck's sakes, they're passing it around for fun 18 yards from our goal. It's embarrassing so far. It's embarrassing so far. But I said this as well. Where are the players in that team to play good football? Like, if you've got Young, McTominay, Lukaku, Fred, Delo as part of your front six, there's only Pogba and Rashford who can actually play decent football.
Yeah, definitely. I was thinking as well, just saying there that Barcelona have had one attempt and obviously they put it away, and we've had 4 and not had any on target. And
what's that from Lukaku? That is absolute shit. There you go, there's Lukaku. He's had a touch. Yeah. Looks absolutely knackered. Look at him. He looks absolutely knackered after 25 minutes doing nothing. And he is sweating out of his bloody arse. He looks like it's the 90th minute. I mean,
even I didn't sweat that much, mate, when I was the ref on Sunday.
No, you did a good job. You got to laugh. Otherwise you cry. But you know what I wanted? I said this, though. I know when we play in the new camp, we're going to get beat. Anyone who says anything can happen, of course it can. But realistically, in the new camp, against this team, we're going to get beat. So what I wanted tonight was just to have a go. Have a go. Entertain us. Give us a glimpse of what we might be in 2 or 3 years' time. Don't do what we've done. Park the bloody bus and try and grind out some famous bloody Rorke's Drift result. Rorke's Drift, for anyone who doesn't know what it's about, it's a film called Zulu, but it actually happened. And it was like 40 or 50 British soldiers held this bloody farm from thousands of Zulu warriors. It was like literally never going to happen, but they did it. And I think that's the way United have tried to approach this game at Old Trafford. And yet again, we're at Old Trafford and the crowd are not up for it because they're not being given the football to be up for it for. The excitement isn't there. It's just watching somebody else run at your team constantly. Mark, greetings from Ireland. I've had no confidence when I saw the team selection, says Jean Bon Jovi. We've got a chat and attack here. Let me just have a quick look. Pogba.
No, just over 25 minutes and we're actually getting hold of the ball now.
Only thing Ollie knows in big games is to counter, says Biggie Third. I just think it's weird the way we've moved away from the 4-3-3. We were playing that 4-3-3 for 3 months and we've just stopped doing it. And again, we've done this for the second game in a row now. 5-3-2 with a fullback as one of the centre-backs. Ashley Young against Wolves, Luke Shaw tonight, and you've got 2 centre-backs on the bench. It is just weird. It is weird. Messi is on cheat mode. I didn't even notice Lukaku was even playing or even on the pitch until you mentioned him. And Vicky189, we need Martial on. Hopefully Ollie's noticed that they are looking shaky on the left-hand side of defence. Just go to 4-3-3. Stop this stupid 3-5-2 that never worked.
Yeah, and
that's what Lynn just said.
Lukaku just now clapping again, so doing his standard thing.
AJ's back. Don't think I can take another 3 years of sitting back against the good teams. The worst thing is Woodward will be rubbing his hands together thinking of the revenue from this game. We are awful, says Connor Brown, and moved away from the press as well, says Willio. Yeah, we were You know what, though? I said this in the build-up to the game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you looked at him before he came to United, at Mulder and Cardiff, it was 4-3-3, it was high press, and it was quick movement of the ball. When was the last time we did that? We haven't done it for 2 months, and we've had loads of games. We've reverted to like Mourinho. It's like he's found Mourinho's old tactic book and thought, oh, I like this. It's just weird. Tom Watson says they had guns against the Zulus. We have Young. Well, there's a chance here. Oh, Young!
Oh, again.
Crap. 2 balls from Young. Crap.
Terrible. I really don't see what he brings to that right-hand side.
Well, Longley there should have been punished. He tries to run it out from the back. We win it off him, and Young has 2 chances to put 2 balls in the box, and they're both crap.
He really is finished. He is finished.
We are trying to press a bit higher up the pitch here. Gotta be fair, we are trying to press them.
But again, we got to go a goal down to actually start playing.
Smalling's just absolutely poleaxed Messi, and ref said play on. I thought it was fair. McTominay. No way was that a penalty. No way. Went down in the box. Tyson Marley says, we needed to play like Tottenham did yesterday against City. Barca aren't infallible. Look shaky against the press, and Ashley Young can go and do one. Exactly, Tyson. I think we've been too respectful. Too respectful of them. They're not bloody prime Real Madrid from the 60s. They're not even the best Barcelona team of the last decade. I tell you what, that could have been a penalty. I think McTominay made too much of it. PK does not get the ball. I wonder if the ref might VAR that. He should VAR that.
Should do, yeah.
Or did he get the ball?
I don't think he did, Mark.
Why is the ref not VAR in that? The lack of quality is unreal. Embarrassing when we know how much our players earn. We are so far from the top. Sad to see it, but it's reality. Luke Skywalker. Why is that not being VAR'd then, people? Because it looks like a penalty to me.
Well, Messi's broke his nose as well. I think McTominay's he's dived a bit too much there. There is contact though, definitely. There is contact. PK's left leg does touch him. He's entitled to go for it.
Well, I become more and more confused with VAR by the minute. I mean, surely, the linesman gives offside against Suarez when he wasn't, so it's a goal. Referee doesn't give a penalty against McTominay there, but when we see it back, there clearly isn't contact on the ball, so why is it not a penalty? To be fair, we had a lot of injuries in the last 2 months, says Ads. Yeah, we ain't got injuries now. Martial and Lingard are on the bench. And Mark G, time to make a Jose voodoo doll emoji because he's obviously had his Ollie voodoo doll out. This is crap, and it's Jose all over again. Can't blame Pogba and De Gea leaving after this, says the one. It's a good point, that is, It is a good point. Why would you want to stay and play with this crap?
I think, Andrew.
It's like, you know about Rashford though. I mean, he's had 2 shots in this game. He's not hit the target once. There's a rumour that Rashford's going to be given £300,000 a week. I like Marcus Rashford. He's one of my 2 favourite players at Manchester United. But I think there is this myth at Manchester United that he's Mbappe or something. He's far from the finished article. He could go one of 2 ways. He could still end up being the next sort of, Danny Welbeck, or he could go on and be the next sort of Rooney. But he ain't the finished article. But he seems to play every bloody game. Even though he's not playing very well. He seems to play every single game. And it's like they treat him as if he is this great player. A finished article. And I don't get it. I don't get it with Rashford. I think he's been very poor for a long time. And he's always seems to be carrying injuries, Marcus, but we still playing. It's like, why can't we play Martial? Why can't we give Greenwood a run out? Maybe obviously not in this game, but there seems to be an obsession with Rashford, and he's not been playing well for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, whether it is the fact that carrying that
Easy,
injury.
too easily knocked off the ball. That's not a foul, Rashford. That's just called body strength.
I thought Messi may have broken his nose there, but it seems to be a cut above his eye.
I can't understand why it wasn't a penalty. Some people are saying it's not a penalty. Maybe he touches the ball then, I don't know. But if Young could pass, we might have a goal, says Andy MT. And we don't have the quality of players to capitalise on the few chances we have towards the goal. I blame the lack of director of football and the board. I mean, that's from Miguel Garcia. Thank you, Miguel. I think United we've definitely had chances. Half chances to sort of create chances. Probably more than Barcelona haven't had any chances, Marcus. That's the disappointing thing.
Yeah, they've had just the one attempt and they put it in. Just goes to show that
too much respect. Too much respect.
Clinical. We ain't, I'm afraid.
There's too much respect floating around for a team that actually I think Man City and Liverpool will beat. I don't think they're that. I think they're good, but I don't think they're like, oh, you've got to park the bus at Old Trafford against them. I think we could have been far more expansive than we have been, and we've just been too negative.
Yeah. I think maybe if they'd have put a man on Messi and played a bit more attacking wise, take a couple of a bit more risks in United's play, it would certainly make for a better game. But I think United now it's almost like it's the 90-minute mark and we're just sitting there trying to just soak it up and get out of this with a 1-0.
There's Messi. Oh, it's a foul. He's getting a bit frustrated. If somebody wants to tell us why it wasn't a penalty rather than just saying idiots saying it was a penalty. I thought it was a penalty. I'd have to watch it back again. There didn't seem to be any contact from PK. If there was contact, then it's not a penalty. And McTominay did go down a bit easy, but the reality is if he doesn't touch the ball, PK, then it's still a penalty because there is contact.
Fred is... I think Fred's really been the shining star at the minute for United in this first half.
I think Pogba's been in the game a little bit more than people have seen in the last couple of games as well, which is good to see.
But it is like we are playing with 10 men, Lukaku just is not involved in the game whatsoever.
I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer picks Lukaku because he wants some physicality, but it doesn't actually do anything.
No, it doesn't. He's just standing there like a target man, but nothing is going towards him.
Tyson Marley says that Delo is holding the ball up better than Lukaku, which is true. And Vicky189 says, two worst players, Young and Lukaku, pointing and shouting at each other. Can they embarrass us anymore? Time to stick together and not point fingers. Oh, Lukaku's the king at blaming everybody else. It's what, and to be honest with you, that's what a lot of crap people in life do. They try and take the focus off themselves.
But Lukaku, I mean, Ollie's really got to say something to him at half time. He has been absolutely diabolical this first half.
He shouldn't have picked him. I mean, I hope he scores. I hope he does score and prove us wrong, but he shouldn't have picked him. He was awful against Wolves and he's just continued it again. I mean, look at that for a layoff by Lukaku.
Yeah.
Straight into his feet and he lays it off to a Barcelona player. You're a fucking professional footballer, mate. You're paid like a lot of money. That's to your feet. Like, I was playing with United Stand FC at the weekend. You knock it into Flex's feet, you find somebody. It's not hard. It's into your feet. You're looking at the ball, you look at a player in red and you pass him the ball. Lukaku just lets it hit him. Like, it's just not good enough.
No, he's got no control. He's got...
What's that from bloody Lindelof there? He's caused all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
What a save by De Gea.
Great
Messi's
save.
going to pick it up. That was Lindelof's fault, really. It got Smalling in problems, but could have been 2-0. Good save by the feet from De Gea. And Barcelona have just suddenly gone up a gear here. It was weird because it was a ball that wasn't doing anything, and then Lindelof sort of flicked it on, and it put Suarez through. Laid it off to Coutinho, I think, and then De Gea saved it with his feet.
Yeah, I don't know what Lindelof was thinking there. Playing Smalling into trouble, but thankfully, De Gea again comes to the rescue.
Philip Engen says, thoughts about Coutinho's game and a move to Manchester United. Coutinho's a good player, but the Liverpool thing does for me. That's why I wouldn't want him. And also, you know about Coutinho, where does he play again? Left-hand side. I mean, are we just going to collect left wingers? We've got Sanchez, who's back. Oh, let's get Coutinho to play there. We've got Martial, we've got Rashford. There's a good save with De Gea by his feet. It was sort of straight at him, but he's very good with his feet.
Pogba's gone quiet. But I mean, Pogba, he had that 10 minutes, where he was involved. But I don't think it's any player's fault at the minute because we just can't get hold of the ball.
This is the thing is though, if this finishes 1-0, this is a fantastic result for Barcelona anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, with your weight, you'd expect Barcelona to.
Busquets should be sent off there.
Should be.
Why is that not second yellow? Busquets on a yellow card just chops Pogba down. It's given as a foul, but he doesn't send him off. Herrera would have had Messi like he did against Hazard. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. You're right.
Yeah, that, again, could have been a yellow for Busquets there. Possibly should have been off earlier, but definitely should have been off then for me. He's leaning with the arm as well. The game's on BT in the UK.
He should be out, Busquets, 100%. They're just showing it back here. And if he gives the foul for that, I mean, it's a little bit of a shoulder barge, but, I mean, whether it's a foul or not, yes, it is a foul.
Yeah.
He's running at their defence as well. And as Sad Salah says, if the Shaw one was a yellow one, then that one is, because it was exactly the same. Ref's not giving that on Rashford as well, which I thought was a bit of a nasty foul on Rashford, but it's surprising for a European referee. He lets a lot go. I always think about the... Tom Pelham says, is it only Young who cares in this game? An amazing comment, that one. Absolutely amazing. Apparently Ashley Young's the only one who cares. I haven't even seen evidence of that, but there you go. Different eyes, different things. As a lot of people are saying, Young is embarrassing. Young out. Young is the GOAT, says Hamzy. Different opinions, you see. It is a bit of a boring game, I've got to be honest. This is not the exciting game I was hoping for. Oh, God.
The United play, even when we do get possession, we're very, very sloppy with it. And again, it goes to Ashley Young on the right-hand side. And why is there nothing being played from that left-hand side again?
I tell you who's been very quiet as well, McTominay. Not been in the game, has he?
I don't know.
There's got to be a goal. Oh,
Holy
what?
Fuck.
What's Delot doing there? I mean, that's the chance. The cross comes in. I think it's from Rashford on the back post for Delot. He heads it back across the goal, and you think it must be fine in the back post. A lovely cross by Rashford. What is he doing? That's a goal. What a miss. What a miss by Delot. I don't even know what he's doing. It's just no conviction.
Fantastic opportunity for United there to get back on equal terms, but
that's not good enough, is it?
Nah.
It's a young lad not knowing what to do.
Surely you got to be thinking there it's 1-1. Great cross by Rashford, stand it up to the back, and Delot was coming in. I don't think he's known for his headering, is he?
But what we've seen from United since the goal's gone in is that desire to attack, which we didn't have at 0-0. Our intention in this game has been to sit back and park the bus, and actually, the respect levels are too much. We don't need to do that. But another good cross in there, cleared by the keeper.
You see the uncertainty is bringing the crosses that United are doing.
Get on the front foot, start putting some crosses in. We've gone way too defensive in the game, that's the problem. We should have gone 4-3-3.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well,
what a chance for Delot though. I mean, Young is the GOAT, nobody wants to eat, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. He's muttered.
But
you are so full of negativity. Blow your nose, son, says Mixie. You know what, Nick? Go fuck yourself. And AJ is back, but again, why is Delo a right back playing left wing when we have Martial? You are a coldest, Mixie. That's what you are. And I bet the C stands for something that rhymes with runt. But I've never been so insulted in my life. Picking on people with a cold.
Oh, you've had a couple of beatings tonight, haven't you?
United play shit and it's my fault. I remember this in the days of Mourinho and Van Gaal. The toxic flip flops just blame me when they don't realise I don't pick the team. I just pass judgment on it.
Barcelona gone back. I mean, this is what we're going to have to do in the second half as well. We've just got to wait for Barcelona to mess up with their passing.
I just think we've been way too respectful of them. I don't think they're that great. One good cross and we almost score. Young and Lukaku really need to leave the club, says Kwabani Duomo. Well, it was a lovely cross by Rashford. I feel sorry for Delo. He's a young lad and I think he just doesn't have the conviction there. He doesn't know whether to head for goal or head across the box. And
do you know what, though? When that cross comes in from Rashford and it's going at the back post, where was Lukaku in that? Surely, you want your big man there.
I think he was blowing on the halfway line.
I think we definitely need half time now to sort this out. Again, Barcelona have had 2 attempts now, I think.
They haven't. Yeah, you know what? Barcelona have not had that Coutinho chance and the goal. I can't think of anything else they've done. Whereas we've had a couple of chances ourselves. It's just get on the front foot a little bit.
If we can just get hold of the ball and have a good 15, 20 minute spell with it.
See, Pogba's playing quite advanced now, and we are pushing them back. That's a good play between Shaw and Delo.
Yeah.
Even Lukaku found a pass there. McTominay. Oh, crap. Oh, it worked. Nearly worked.
Maybe
United are high pressing and have had more shots, says Real Time. Yeah, it's better from United. This is the way we should be playing all games. High press, high intensity, move the ball quick. It's what Ollie's all about. I think Rakitic has been quite quiet for Barcelona as well.
Yeah.
I've noticed Arthur and Alba a lot down the left-hand side, and Messi's been on the ball a lot, but I haven't seen much from, down our left-hand side. I think we've been quite strong. Not seen Semedo getting forward, not seen Rakitic getting forward. We've been very good, surprise, down our left-hand side, but it's the right-hand side that they're looking to exploit.
I mean, Pogba's the one here that's picking out the passes, and we seriously need to get Pogba on that ball. Hell of a lot more in the second half.
Mick C says, I'm a cantankerous CUNT, but you need to lighten up. I'm fine, mate. I do need to blame my nose, but I can't do it until half time.
Fred's done, I think, reasonably well for where he's playing at the minute. He's doing a lot of the chasing in the centre of midfield.
That was quick. You can't do anything about that. No. Suarez shoots just wide. Lovely ball skills from Messi and Coutinho, and fast play. Ronaldo's apparently scored for Juventus.
Juve, yeah. They got Ajax, isn't it?
I don't know whether they're at home. I don't know who's at home. Ajax are at home, so similar to this, away goal. Good flick by Lukaku. You should have hit that, Rashford. I'll tell you what, if the game continues like this, I think United can get back into it, because we have actually started to do what we should have started from the start doing, which is play with a bit of intensity, but Rakitic is starting to get in the game a little bit more now. Biggie Third says, once we have had our sights set on Poch, we should have stuck to it no matter what. Pellegrini won the league and FA in his first and second season and was fired midway through the third. They just wanted one man. Pep.
Marvin says Fred has been quality this half. A lot of people saying that Ajax are at home. Pauline says Barcelona are playing as crap as us. So, do you know what? Again, it's not been a vintage Barcelona performance. But they've done what they've had to do. They're keeping it simple with the passes. It's just United just are not pressing from the front. They're not hurrying Barcelona at all.
Very soft goal that we've conceded as well. It's that concentration, isn't it? We needed to have that concentration in this game. And we switched off on numerous plays. Obviously Luke Shaw let Suarez go, but whoever let Messi go as well, it's just... it's disappointing the way we've set ourselves up for the start of this game. I think since we've been 1-0 down, it's been better. Yeah,
but again, it's the same old story, isn't it? We got to go behind to actually get our game going. It was almost like the first 10, 15 minutes, United were a bit overawed by Barcelona, but there was no need to be.
That is half-time. We've had a few comments flying in here. Jose Aragon says, to be fair, we should have been eliminated by PSG. And Tyson Marley, Martial for Young and Dalot to right back, 4-3-3 needed. I would agree with that. And Vicky189, we started off too defensive. They are uncomfortable with the press. I can see Liverpool giving them a really hard time with the Klopp's level of press. Look, you know what, Vicky? That's going to be the hardest thing, is we will get knocked out by this Barcelona team and Liverpool will smash it. I don't think... I can imagine this Barcelona team going to Anfield and getting beat 2 or 3-0. And this is Old Trafford and we parked the bloody bus. I mean... Since the goal, it's been better, but we showed them way too much respect in that first... By the team we picked, the tactics we picked, we thought we were up against Barcelona from 2011. We're not. This is not that Barcelona team. It's a good Barcelona team, but it ain't unbeatable. And we've got the home advantage, and we've got a crowd that was ready again to be right up for it. And what do? We sit back, we give possession up, and the crowd go cold. Barcelona score a goal and then we suddenly decide to start playing again. And this is a problem. It goes back to Mourinho as well. Like, we go 1-0 down and we start playing. We should have got at them from the start. We should have played 4-3-3. Why are we doing 5-3-2? I don't know. Why are we doing 5-3-2 at home? Who does 5-3-2 at home? It's such a negative way to play football. It's worked for United in the past away from home, but at home, I don't get it. And especially when Barcelona are only actually playing one fixed striker. Coutinho and Messi are moving around all the play, all over. So why have 5 rigid defenders? It's but ultimately that's what I think, Marcus. I think that we just showed them way too much respect, and since we've been 1-0 down, we have pressed them high up the pitch and they have made mistakes. And I think if Young and Lukaku were switched on a little bit more, there has been opportunities to move the ball a bit quicker in the final third and create our own chances.
Yeah, definitely. I think the first 10, 15 minutes, I think it was. I don't think anyone can say that it wasn't a bus parking, because United just couldn't get hold of the ball at all. Barcelona then scored the goal, and then United slowly, very slowly and gradually came into the game. We got possession of the ball in the middle of the pitch. Barcelona were being forced into making mistakes because of us pressing from the front again. So the couple of balls that were put into their box caused a bit of trouble for them. I mean, the Dalot chance should have been at least on target, but it just goes to show that when United press from the front and get them balls into the box, Barcelona really, they can't really deal with it. I mean, the first cross from Rashford, the goalie didn't know whether to come or go. He was in two minds about it, which Dalot really should have put it on target at least. But thankfully, we go in at half-time 1-0. We're still in the game. We've still got another 45 minutes to go, but it's going to be a big 45 minutes for this team to go out there and get an equaliser.
Yeah, remember they've got that away goal as well, so it makes it difficult. I'm not answering anyone who says 4-3-3 again, because you're just trolls. But please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Just a quick shout out for that for a couple of seconds. We're very close to getting 415,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the United Stand, please do. Bottom in the right hand corner. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got fan cams tonight outside the ground with Flex. I've got my match reaction. Loads going on with the channel. United Stand FC, which you might be interested in as well. So please do subscribe and get involved with the channel. But you know what? I think that when we went 1-0 down, we probably thought, oh my God, what a rubbish goal to concede, which it was. We're going to get beat 3 or 4-0 here. But I think what has become very, very clear is that Barcelona team, it's a good team, but it can be beaten by Premier League clubs. I think if Man City get them in the final or Liverpool get them in the semi-final, they'll beat them. So this is how bad we've got it wrong, really. I think we should have we should have gone at them more, but we are going at them now. I suppose a lot of people are saying, let's get Young on, bring Martial off, bring Martial on and take Young off. That's never going to happen, Marcus. He's the captain, isn't it? It's never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's the obvious way to go. I mean, the 4-3-3 for the second half, we saw straight away, as soon as Rashford went on that right-hand side, on an overlap with Ashley Young down there from that throw-in and crossed the ball in, Alba didn't know what to do with him. So I think if you get Martial on that left-hand side and get Semedo to think the same, because really, I mean, Semedo, he's had a couple of runs, like I said, in the first 10, 15 minutes, but apart from that, Luke Shaw and Delot on that left-hand side, yeah, they've been, the link-up play has been pretty decent, and Semedo's not really been getting forward. So I think if you get Young off and get Delot at right back, you stick Martial out there on the left-hand side, I think that's the way forward in this game. I don't think it's a game made for Jesse Lingard, because he's not really been that impressive in the last few games, but we know the damage Martial can do. We know he can beat a man. He's a couple of tricks up his sleeve. He can put a ball in, he can score. So I think that's the way forward for the second half.
Welcome Rio Mia, the latest member of the United Stand Members Club, which you can join by clicking the join button, funnily enough, and you'll get your own little badge and access to our emojis. It was the shark emoji that came back to bite us. We had a special shark emoji for Suarez and his biting, and it was him who scored. But Peter Abate says, don't lose hope, Mark. My Juve finally scored at the 44th minute. United's got this. Busquets' second yellow, 67 minutes, says real time. There you go, little tip. He should be off, actually. And Kwabani Duamo says, I didn't agree with Mark's access of Scott's game at first, but I do see why now. He's good, but he lacks the real quality we need. Martial on for Romelu. Lukaku, that's from Kwabani. A lot of people in the live comments are saying McTominay's played well. Look, have they dominated the midfield? And you know, no, they haven't. But have Fred and McTominay embarrassed themselves? No, they haven't. I think they've done okay. So I always said they were going to get a free pass tonight, because who else could we play? You've got to play those two, and I think they've done okay. But as I said, I think we've shown too much respect to Barcelona. I don't think they're that good that you needed to sit back and park the bus. We didn't need to do that. And hopefully in the second half, we'll go on the front foot more, because we need to do that. Samuel Ahrens says, we'd be better off on the ball with Young standing on the sidelines watching. Surely that captain bullshit is in his contract. Only the board would pick him as a captain. Well,
do you know what? I was just thinking there, you know, Lukaku not really been involved in that first half. He's been absolutely atrocious. Even when, you know, he's had the odd couple of touches of the ball, it's been awful. It really has. So maybe Ollie might think of going with Delot down the right if he goes for the 4-3-3, Rashford through the middle, Martial left, because to me at the minute, that first half just seemed like we were playing with 10 men. Lukaku's nowhere to be seen on that pitch at all.
No, I agree. I don't get why Lukaku started tonight, because he was awful against Wolves. I think we pick him for his physicality, but he doesn't do anything with it. You know.
No.
You know, Harry Kane does something with his physicality. He gets himself in the way, holds the ball up, but Lukaku doesn't do anything with it. So I was waiting to see if they were going to show the penalty decision again, but
they have put the goal down to an own goal for Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean
But United have definitely started press. They didn't start pressing in the first 20 minutes, but since they've gone one down, they have started pressing, which is just, again, it just frustrates me, because that's how we should have started the game. If we'd done that in the first 5 minutes, imagine how the crowd would have reacted. What did we do in the first 5 minutes? We sat back, and you think, you know, we've pressed them, and actually it's caused them problems. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking of the one time that Lukaku's had an opportunity in the box, which was a ball from Pogba, which Lukaku did get on the end of, and just turns around and applauds the pass. You know, that's the only really involvement from an attacking sense that I think Lukaku's been involved in.
I don't know what Delot's doing with that header, you know. I just think he gets caught in two minds. All you've got to do is get your head on. Absolutely. Get your head back, get your neck back, and just smash it towards the goal. I mean, the keeper might have saved it, but you've got to go for goal from there. He's just inexperienced, I suppose, really. You should have gone for that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the ball from Rashford from that right-hand side is fantastic. But, you know, I mean, just look and see where Lukaku is outside the box when Rashford plays that ball in, and the only person that's inside that box was Pogba and Delot at the back post. McTominay was there as well. But if he's on there for his physicality, Lukaku certainly isn't doing it at the minute. He's nowhere near setbacks.
Well, Busquets should be off, Mia H. I don't like to talk about that sort of thing, but he should have had a yellow card that the ref let go, which I don't mind about because he let Youngs go. Then he did get a yellow card, and then he chopped Pogba down. It's a yellow card. Luke Shaw got a yellow card for exactly the same thing on Messi, so he should be off. And I tell you what, if it was in the new camp, we'd be down to 10 men. That's the thing that annoys me. But it's Europe, isn't it? They love Barcelona, UEFA.
Yeah, the real Zlatan says Lukaku, Shaw and Young have been poor.
I think Luke Shaw's been all right. He was at fault for the goal. I agree with that, but I feel sorry for him again. I mean, we were talking about that in the game, actually. May as well mention it at half-time. Against Wolves, we play 3 centre-backs and use Ashley Young as a right-sided centre-back. Tonight, we play 3 centre-backs and we use Luke Shaw as a left-sided centre-back. And yet you've got Jones and Rojo, centre-backs, on the bench. And Rojo is a left-sided centre-back. It's weird. It's really weird why we're trying to put full-backs as centre-backs. Yeah. It's...
Plus, the comment saying that Rojo knows Messi from training, it makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. So why he's not gone for that in the first place, I don't know. But United's certainly got to change the formation in the second half. I think they've really got to get Martial on into this game as soon as possible, which, again, we all know Ollie doesn't like to make changes too suddenly, but I think this is the perfect game to bring him on now.
Of course, Luke Shaw will not be playing in the new camp. He's picked up that yellow card, which means he's out of the game in the new camp. But as well, Young and Shaw will not be playing against West Ham. So it's interesting what we're going to do with the fullback situations over the next couple of games. Lukaku should be selling pies, says Noah. And it took me 25 minutes to realise the formation. It's so weird, says Darth Vader. It took me 25 seconds, but some people have got a football brain and some people haven't. When Ollie came, Ferguson led the team. Now Mourinho led us, says Wilhelm. And we need a good right back and a world-class winger, says Adago Ahobi. I think you're right, mate. I think the one thing I would say is that this United team is nowhere near as good as it needs to be. But I still think there's a right and wrong way to approach a game at Old Trafford, and I think it took us go 1-0 down to start pressing and attacking, and I think we should have done it from minute 1, and that could be costly. But I certainly think anybody saying Barcelona are going to smash us 3 or 4-0, I don't think they are. I don't think they're that good. I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're this amazing team.
No, the only thing they do well is keep the ball, but then it's up to United to press quick and get that ball back ASAP, because you're just playing into Barcelona's hands. If you're going to sit off and let Barcelona play their passing game, then you've got to expect trouble, because they do have, as much as we hate that front three, they do have quality in that front three. But United have certainly got to change their approach in the second half, and for me, it's the formation. The formation has got to go. The 3 centre backs, and we go to the 5 without the ball. The midfield, I think, has done very well in the first half. It's not really been a midfield battle. United have bypassed that our midfield and just hit that long ball up to the front. But I think the 4-3-3 now with Martial on, I think Lukaku's got to come off, because he's never going to take Ashley Young off.
No. I don't think he'll take Lukaku off either. I think every manager at Manchester United since Sir Alex Ferguson seems to have weird obsessions with players that just infuriate the fans. And I think at the moment we've got this Ashley Young one. We had Fellaini for years. Now we've got Ashley Young. It is just weird. He must make all the tea and sweep up or something. I don't know. But...
Well, I mean, Nathan Gray says in the first 25 minutes Lukaku had 2 touches. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Let alone it's not good enough for a striker. It's not good enough for a Manchester United striker, not by any means. So something has got to change, and the only way you change that is by bringing on someone who's more threatening, who's confident with the ball, who's got a decent first touch, who can finish, and who can create space for you as well. And that's Martial for me.
Imrano TV says McTominay shows respect to no one. I love it. I think McTominay's done well. I think Fred's done well. I mean, look, probably not enough comments complimentary about Fred. He's playing a very difficult position, the CDM. He's the talker, he's the dictator. He's got to protect his back four and feed his players in front of him, and I think that he's done very, very well. And funny enough, Praveen Thomas has I've been impressed with McTominay and Fred's commitment, and I don't think Pogba's been terrible. I think Pogba's got in the game a lot more than he has done in the last few games as well. So,
Fred and McTominay, they play very similar to what they did out in Paris. Very similar way they're playing. So hopefully, we're not out of the game, not by any means, but second half is crucial now.
Smalling absolutely smashed Messi, didn't he? Looking at the Juventus goal. Dink, Ronaldo. You don't miss those. 1-0.
Yeah. I mean, that header from Suarez.
1-1, apparently. Ajax have scored. Good goal as well.
Yeah. McTominay is winning balls more than anyone, says Joe. TLME says Fred is doing better than Busquets.
I tell you what, a lot of people say, Mark, you're always ill. You know why I'm always ill? You want to try having 3 kids going to 3 different schools, coming back every night with different illnesses, and you will realise you get a lot of colds, a lot of coughs, and a lot of bloody sickness. It's great. It's one thing they don't tell you about being a parent. But I've forever got colds and coughs. It's annoying. But we're about to kick off second half. There hasn't been any changes. Yep. Sharath Kamath fitness is controversial, but we would have been better off selling Young than Fellaini. Young is so bad, it's a joke. Long balls through the channels, 50% accuracy rate, pisses me off. He's a terrible, terrible footballer. But what I would say in his defence is, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer picks him every game. That's, it gets to a point where is it the player or is it the manager? And of course it's the player, but why is the manager continuing to pick him? Is there just nobody else in the squad good enough?
Do you know, the thing is, Mark, right? I mean, if you're going to play Delo at right wing, which is what he's been doing recently, who do you swap Ashley Young out for? Who do you put there? Valencia's not fit enough, and he's not even a natural right back.
We're going to have to buy one, aren't we? Because he doesn't seem to want to play Delo there. I would play Delo there. I mean, that's what I would do.
If we had Fosu Mensah at the club, I would have said stick him there. But it's such a tough decision.
I think that's second half.
Yeah, I think Ollie's got to let go of the being mates with the players and things like that.
Well, United started on the front foot here.
Yep.
He's going to have to go back. Well done, Lindelof. See, we haven't really seen much of the Barcelona press. They have, because why we haven't seen it? Because they know even a 1-1 is a good result for them because they've got the away goal. That away goal for them is just, they don't need to bust a gut in this game at all. I think they're almost probably, I actually think Barcelona are probably inviting us on to hit us on the break because they don't need to go pusting it. Elijah McGrath says, big test for Ollie, must show cojones to change it up. Yeah, well, let's see if he does.
I totally forgot. Someone just mentioned there, give Darmian a chance. Totally forgot we had Darmian, to be honest. But he's injured as well, isn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Marvin Eden says. Well, I think Marvin, if I'm right, Marvin from the trials. Nice to have you there. Ethan Lard or Brandon Williams for right back, says Paul McKeon. Yeah, I think Lard's going to be a fantastic player. I just don't know whether he's ready yet.
So Barcelona with possession again. United have really got to put all their energy now into this 45 minutes. So I hate to say it, but if we go to the Nou Camp without a goal, I think it's curtains.
We won't though, will we? Because we'll be like, we lost 2-0 to PSG. We can go to the Nou Camp and win. And of course, that could happen. It's not likely though.
No, it's not, because as much as you want to let your heart rule your head, it's can we honestly see us going to the Nou Camp and winning 2-0 with this team as well? Barcelona are not known as serial bottlers either, like Paris Saint-Germain. So
Praveen Thomas says take off Young and place Delo there and bring on Martial. Yeah.
Jizzle says we're coming back. Yeah, you know, I mean...
We can get back into this game. We can. I think the negativity from the team selection and going 1-0 down seems to have disappeared because we've changed the way we're playing now. And this Barcelona team isn't as good as everyone thinks it is. So we're not showing them as much respect, and we are trying to get at them, and we are pressing them, and we should have done it from the start. Lovely ball by Pogba out to Young. There's a lot of space out there if we want it. Now, Young's got to put a good cross in here. Corner.
Well, first corner we've had in this game.
HAK, Roma versus Barca. Yeah, but that was in Rome, wasn't it? The second leg was in Rome. This is in Barcelona. I think if we can get a goal early, we could go on and win this. And I know that sounds really silly, but we can. Barcelona have not been that good. They really haven't. We just gave them too much respect.
They've not started the second half well either. I mean, United have certainly come out of traps here in the second half. But it's about time, you know, we put this Barcelona team under a bit of pressure here.
Who took the corner then? Was it Ashley Young?
I think it was, yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Next goal is huge. You're right, Team Kenobi. I think if Barcelona get it, that's probably... I know PSG beat us 2-0, but I would say that's probably tie over. But if we get it, the momentum's there. We finally seem to have got the fact that we're at home, and you've got to use that advantage. That's a foul by McTominay on Coutinho.
Rob Lawson says, how's Young captain? Don't know. Honestly, don't know. Smutbeard says McMayo is doing all right.
He has done all right. I think him and Fred have done very well. And as I said before the game, they would not be two players I would criticise tonight anyway, because we haven't got anyone else. Thanks for the contribution, Jam Bon Jovi. We're getting closer and closer to 415,000. Pardon? You are?
What was handball by Busquets then, surely?
Yeah. Could have been another yellow. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're getting close to 415,000 subscribers. So thanks everyone if you're new. If Young is the answer, what the hell is the question? Says Alligator. Who's the crappiest player in the United team? That's the question, I think. And there's your answer.
Yeah, the arm's up there.
The ref clearly doesn't want to send Busquets off, does he?
What did you think about the handball yesterday in the Spurs game?
I didn't think it was a handball.
So yeah, I think it was. I think, you know, it clearly changed the direction of where the ball was going.
Yeah, but the thing is, the rule book needs to be rewritten, because basically to stop that being a penalty, you can't block the shot, because the human body, you can't slide in with your hands by your side. So you either make that tackle or you don't. And I just think it was well, look. I'll say, all right, give the penalty, but you can't give the yellow card because there's no way it's deliberate. So I thought the yellow card was ridiculous. The penalty, I'm open to debate about that, but the yellow card, to say he'd done it intentionally, was just not understanding body physics. Alligator, I've read that one, sorry. And Vicky189, Mark, if we can't use Alexi Barca experience in such big games too, what the hell are we paying him for? Punch out, Rashford. Oh, my life. To show his dogs the beauty of Manchester. Thanks, Vicky. Rashford's had 3 chances to hit the target now, and that's the worst of the lot from the closest position. But we are doing better this second half.
Yeah, certainly look more threatening now.
Barcelona have been really poor.
They have. They have this second half. They've almost like how United were in the first 10-15 minutes. But United are certainly putting the pressure on now. So Ollie's told them, give them a kick up the backside. I mean, Ter Stegen does not look comfortable dealing with crosses whatsoever. Even his punching, clearing is not very good.
I tell you what, I will happily say this now. This Barcelona team will not win the Champions League. Twansibi and Fosu Mensah make a difference next season, says Jean Bonjovi. I'd like to. I mean, Fosu Mensah is the quickest player in the Premier League. And I know, you know, it's a bit of a FIFA attribute, isn't it? Let's get everyone who's quick. But speed is a great thing to have, and I think he has. I've always felt he had the potential. I would like to see Ollie just give him a chance.
I think seeing as we need a right back, why not give him a go out there, you know? I think that's...
Is Semedo up against Delo? He's got past Delo. Not enough speed from Delo there, but he does recover well. Well done, lad.
Yeah. So I think people seem to forget as well. This is his first season at United as well for Delo.
Yeah, and he's 19. It's like anything for him is a bonus this season, and he's been asked to play in a lot of big games. That's a lovely pass to find Fred.
Yeah.
It's a lovely pass to Rashford as well. I don't think Rashford's had a good game today. I don't want to be. I love Rashford. Everyone knows I do, but I love Ollie as well. And I was critical of the team he picked. And I think this Rashford obsession needs to stop. He is not playing well, and we are starting him every game. He needs taken out of the team. Rashford. He'll score in a minute.
Yeah, he probably will. Yeah,
but he's not. He has. Yeah, whether he scores or not, he's not had a good game.
No, he's not. He's not. He's had quite a few opportunities now. He's had 3 or 4 opportunities. I don't think any of them have been on target. But it was a great ball.
I think Fred's thrived in this. That's Rashford again. Rashford's having a mare.
Yeah, Rashford, seriously. You can't even say the boy's lacking in confidence either, because he's running around all over the pitch. Maybe he just needs a goal to settle nerves or something. I don't know. Maybe it's the effects of rushing back into the team so soon from injury. I think Fred is having a great start to the second half.
Well, I was just going to say that. It suits Fred, doesn't it? Because the European game is a little bit more technical, and he's getting a little bit more time, whereas the Premier League is a little bit more frenetic. Yeah. And people close him down quicker. So, but I think, I would play Fred over Matic because he's more mobile and he moves the ball quicker.
Yeah, he doesn't look out of place, either against the Barcelona midfield.
No. You can sort of see why Pep wanted him. Martial buries that last chance Rashford had, so Tyson Marley. Be nice if he could have that chance. I mean, there's Fred again stopping the 1-2 with Arthur, but they're in a dangerous position here, Barcelona. We're going to have to be careful. Messi. So I'll go for a goal kick.
Yeah, this next goal is absolutely vital. It's got to go to United.
Ollie doesn't change things quick enough, says D Cranium, drum and bass. Yeah, he has had that levelled up against him before, but what are we? We are 10 minutes in, so I'd say he's got another 10 minutes with this team before he goes for it. But we're playing good. I think we're playing a lot better. A lot better than how we started. Yeah,
definitely. They certainly picked themselves up after the first half.
Lukaku's got his hand up again. Oliver Kahn says Trashford has been summoned for this match. Thank you, pal. Yeah, Lukaku's not done anything in this game, has he? I think, look, Lukaku needs chances in the box. And were we going to create many chances today? No. You needed forwards who are going to run the ball and create things, not strikers who get on the end of things, because we haven't got anything to create. McMayo is playing really well. Fred unconvincing, says Greg Hampson. So I think Fred's been better than McMayo. But I think they've both been good. Manu Stu says Rashford couldn't hit a door with a door knocker. We've got an emoji for McMayonnaise anyway. I think it should be coming out. He deserves it today.
Carito Janga says Messi has been crap, but he can produce the magic any time. Well, yeah, that's that's one pass from Messi, one bit of magic in it, and he unlocks everything. So I don't think you can really slate Messi until the final whistle.
See Rashford losing the ball again too easily there, but hit it, Fred. Just hit it.
Yeah, have a crack.
I think it was going on target.
I think that's a bit of a danger sign as well. When Messi's not involved, you just know that he's just going to pick the ball up and run at you and create something.
Well, it's definitely United on the front foot. And the great thing is we've actually got the crowd up for this now.
Yeah, United actually
I really wish, my only regret from this game so far is I wish we'd started off like this. We just went too bloody... And imagine if Barcelona hadn't scored that goal and we were 60 minutes in with 0-0, we'd still be sat back giving them loads of the ball. We just showed them too respect, got it tactically wrong. But now we're 1-0 down. This is how we should have played. And we should go to the new camp and do it as well. This is their best team. We're missing 3 or 4 players again.
Yeah. Barcelona are actually struggling to get the ball back.
Here's Lukaku.
It's all United at the minute.
That's a good play by Lukaku there.
Yeah.
Hit it, Fred.
Yeah.
Into Pogba. Trying to be too clever there. Sometimes you've just got to play the simple pass.
I think both the boys in the centre of midfield, Fred and McTominay, have excuse me, they've done really well. But Fred, especially for me, has just gone up another gear in the second half.
This ref is dodgy. Didn't give the handball and then decides he is going to give the handball. Martial's warming up.
Yeah, good. I think Lukaku's he's not been effective. He really hasn't.
Oh, he's waving at somebody again. That's all he does. Stands on the halfway line with his arm up. Ah!
I mean, the good thing at the minute is for the last couple of minutes he's been out on that right hand side.
I think he might take Rashford off. To be honest, I mean he's been the one. I mean Pogba's had you can see why Pogba might want to go to Spain though, because this is Spain's best team and he's had a lot more of the ball as well. Callum Azar says, how long are we going to be on the front foot though with these crap players on? Get Martial on to punish them. Why wait and get Lukaku off? It's a good point. United should be creating chances with all this possession. I think Pogba and Fred have worked together quite well.
They have, yeah.
Yeah, we're still playing 3-5-2. It's just more of a... Well, it is a 3-5-2 now, yeah. Smalling, Shaw and Lindelof as the back three. Young and Delo as the sort of wing backs.
But United have certainly upped the game now. Messi not involved in anything that Barcelona's doing at the minute, but...
I would, it's a toss-up between Lukaku and Rashford, really. I think Rashford's not played that well, but I probably would keep him on over Lukaku because I think he's got that something in him, but he's not had a very good game.
Yeah, I see Ashley Young's been bobbing, well, not bobbing, but he's been getting forward down the right-hand side a lot more. The left side now, we're not really using. And Pogba's picking the ball up and he's got the freedom now to spray his passes. I don't know, I think if we go to 4-3-3, I don't know, would you take Delo off and put Lukaku out on the right, Rashford through the middle, Martial left?
Well, he's never going to take Ashley Young off, is he? That's the problem.
Yeah. I think, the more you look at how United are playing in the second half, I think it's more likely Delo's going to be the one coming off.
Man City, you keep blowing smoke up Lukaku's arse. Do you really think I'm going to read your comment out when your name's Man City? You're just a troll, so I'm not reading it. So you can put it as many times as you want, and I have actually read it, but I won't read it. Lukaku is on, Emmanuel, and we've got a good free kick opportunity here. I mean, come on. Yeah. Smalling or somebody, just get your head on the end of it.
Yeah, do you know what? The linesman didn't give that, and he was right next to it, but the ref did.
AJ's back says, don't agree. Marcus Lukaku has been miles better than Rashford. Has actually held the ball up well. This agenda that because Rashford is a local lad, so he has to play needs to the start. Ooh, you've upset someone there. No, look, I think Lukaku's held the ball up a couple of times in this second half, but he has generally been quite crap. And I also think that Lukaku's job, unfortunately for the world and United fans, he's no good at holding the ball up. He's a get on the end of it in the box player, and we haven't created chances enough for that.
I think people are confusing my heavy breathing to you, mate.
Yeah. So we've still got half an hour to go in this game. That's a lovely ball by Delo into Rashford, but again, he's just not sharp. I think you said it in the first half, Marcus. The Rashford thing's just weird. It's like we think he's Mbappe because he's either clearly out of form or clearly unfit, but we seem to play him every game. Oh no, Rashi's back. We're hopeful that Rashi can play. I heard Ollie yesterday in his press conference. Rashi didn't train properly, but we're hopefully can play. Why? Like, just play Martial and don't play Rashford. Rashford's been poor for about 6 weeks. But we were always forcing him. We were always like desperate to get him in the team. Oh, hopefully he can play this, that and the other. And, you know, he really isn't playing well at the moment. And I'm one of his biggest fans. But there is an obsession with United, with Rashford. And it's great because a year ago he wasn't getting picked by Mourinho. But just give him a rest, take him out of the team, put him on the bench. Because he's just not doing the business at the moment.
Well, I think you look at it again. I mean, who do you rather have up front? A half-fit Rashford or a fully fit Lukaku? I mean, the options
half-fit Rashford, yeah. Half-fit Rashford.
You know, you look at what Lukaku does and what he brings to the team, especially in games like this tonight where you need all your players to be on song, and you know which one of the front two have had the better opportunities.
Yeah, and the thing is that you know what, it's sorry, I'm just banning people who put fake scores up, like literally banning you, like you're blocked.
Oh, the moderators. Sophie's there. Smutbeers is there.
It's 1-0 to Barcelona, but the thing is, I was going to say this. It's for all the fact that we've done quite well. This is Barcelona at Old Trafford in a Champions League quarter-final. And I must admit, if I was marking my excitement levels, they're probably 6. Like, I'm not that excited. And that says a lot about... Here we go. Suarez side netting. That sort of shows that we're not doing enough with the ball. We're a better team, but we're not doing enough with the ball. Yeah,
but, I mean, that's down to the quality of the players that we've got, I think. You know, we know we are missing 2, 3, 4, possibly even 5 top quality players for this squad. You know, we've got a couple of youngsters in there as well who, you know, they're bound to make mistakes. We've got a number 9.
Vidal's coming on for Coutinho. In fact, they're making a double substitution. I think Barcelona here are probably just... like I say, they'll be very happy with this result. Jam Banjovi says, who would you have picked for our defence tonight, Mark? I personally just would have gone 4-4-2. I really would. I think it's... there's just, you know, there was no need to do it. There's no need to do it. I don't know why we've played 3 centre-backs against what is effectively 1 centre-forward.
Do you think the 4-4-2 would have worked against a team like Barcelona, like, who are possession football?
But it's worked. This formation has worked for the last 40 minutes. And I don't think it's the formation. I just think United have pressed. Saved at the feet there. See, Barcelona, that was a good play. But we've come away with it on the break.
Well, I think he's got to get Martial on.
These long balls are not working as well. We're hitting these long balls and PK and Longley are just eating them.
I think Vidal's, he strikes me as the sort of player that will just sit in there and just tidy up and just protect his...
Oh, what a run. Oh, Luke Shaw's a bit lucky.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I think that tackle by Luke Shaw has to go down as a goal saver, because he gets that wrong. He's through 1-on-1, or it's a penalty, and he's on a yellow card, so he would have been off. So I'd like to see that again. Terrible cross by Lukaku. Beats his man and then basically passes it into the goalkeeper's arms. Martial is coming on, apparently, says you're done now. Here it is from Shaw. He's past Smalling, and Luke Shaw, yeah, good tackle. But Barca have suddenly gone up a gear as well, which makes it interesting for these last 20 minutes. I just don't think United have done enough with the last half an hour. We've been the better team and we just haven't done enough. Smalling's now giving Suarez a bit, which is always nice to see. Here comes Tony Martial.
Very interested to see who comes off.
Lukaku.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do a tweet with loads of dancing people.
Yeah, great tackle by Shaw there. But yeah, I think that's the right change, definitely. Lukaku's been a bit more involved in the second half, but the first half he was absolutely nowhere. For me, it was like playing with 10 men. So Martial, he's more direct, a bit more pacey, skillful. He won't be scared to have a shot either. So, but I'd be quite happy to. I wouldn't bat an eyelid if Lukaku went in the summer, I'm afraid. I don't think this season he's been much good, to be honest.
No, well, it's another. I don't think he had a shot against Wolves. I don't think he's had a shot tonight. Here's Martial running at the back four. Go on.
Yeah, straight away.
Out wide. What is that by Ashley Young? It's some sort of clever shit that doesn't work, that makes you look shit. Well done, Fred. Well won back by Fred.
Yeah. I think you'll see a different attitude from United now with the two young lads up top.
Yeah. Well, this is where Martial wants to play as well. I don't know what that cross was from Ashley Young. The less said, the better. It was awful. Ref's got to give a foul there. Yeah.
Got to, yeah. I mean, straight away, as soon as Martial picks the ball up, he's got 2 or 3 round him, and neither the Barcelona players know what to do with him.
See, Pogba and Martial have such a good understanding. I think Fred's been really good as well, Joa. I think he's been really good, but they have such a good understanding, Pogba and Martial, that you've got to get them on the pitch. I agree with you, Andrew Camo, that United have been the better team. We've just not done enough in the final third for all the possession. I mean, I would not let Rashford hit this free kick. The last time I said this was Cardiff, and he scored. So, but Rashford's had 3 chances to hit the target, and he's missed every time. He's got to hit the target this one.
Oh, I'd actually let Pogba have a go at this one.
He's going to hit it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Poor again. We've been poor from set pieces today.
Yeah, you've got to question whether Rashford should be on the pitch. I mean, this is not that far out. And he's doubling the goal. If the goal was twice the height, it still was over. He's had a terrible performance. I mean, I'm not looking forward to doing the player ratings for Marcus Rashford, I'll be honest, because it's been a bad performance. I would say that Lukaku probably has done better. Oh, that was late by Vidal on Fred.
Yeah.
Yellow card. Let's have a look. Oh, I didn't even touch him.
No.
Didn't touch him, Fred. You cheat.
Just under 20 minutes to go.
1-0 is the score. That's why it says 1-0 to Barcelona. But United deserve a draw out of this, I think. Since going 1-0 down, we've actually approached the game in the right way.
Yeah, I think the second half has been much better. Much better. United look a lot more positive in the second half.
Should have just done it from minute 1. I think that's going to be the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. But how many times have we said that throughout this season, Under the previous regime, it was always a tale of 2 halves, wasn't it? 1 half we'd be good, 1 half we'd be crap.
Alexi Nicola says, how much do we need to raise to independently buy Young and retire him immediately? We could do a GoFundMe, couldn't we? I'm sure if we got 10 million, United would take it. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Been sucked out here by Barca. I don't understand how. Semadou, cross corner. We've got to go for it a bit, haven't we, though? So we're probably going to get caught out. Who gave Rashford the number 10? Part of the problem with the perception versus reality with the valuation of this player needs to be said, says Alligator. I think at Manchester United in general, there is an obsession with Marcus Rashford that is beyond the reality. I like Marcus Rashford. I think he can be a very, very, very good player, but he's not there yet. But we treat him like he's already the finished article. We treat him like he's Mbappe, and he's not the finished article. He's still liable to mess up a shot, final pass, and yet he's, like you say, he's got the number 10 shirt. We want to play him £300,000 a week, and I want him to stay at the club. I want him to keep developing, but he's not the finished article, and it's a controversial thing to say because people don't want to hear it because it's Marcus Rashford, the local lad, but he has been playing badly for a long time.
Yeah. Will he go with the preferred front three now up front?
I think he'll go 4-3-3, won't he, surely?
Yeah, I think he'll have to now.
Lingard coming on.
I think surely this will be the low to come off now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4-3-3, which is what we should have done to start off with, I feel.
Big Burger likes Fred. Good. Sophie says De Gea distribution, not good at all. David Ackenwall says we've been good but have no real bite. Wayne MUSC says bring back Zlatan. Yeah. Sally says Deloff and Young's still in.
I think Liverpool will beat Barcelona, yeah. Somebody was just saying that Liverpool in the final. Yeah, I think it'll probably be a Man City-Liverpool final. Liverpool could do the bloody double. Champions League and Premier League. Bloody hell.
I don't think Delo had a bad game tonight. There have certainly been others on the pitch that played worse.
Tyson Marley says this just depresses me. I'm not even mad. I'm just sad. Well, let's see what happens. We've still got 15 minutes left. If it finished like this, I would just say it was a missed opportunity.
Aspen says McTominay has done really well. Yes.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what you all think about Fred. I've seen a few people talking quite negative about him. I think he's done, when you think about Matic in that role, we really haven't missed Matic. And in some ways, have we missed Ander Herrera? And I don't think Fred or McTominay are the answer to our midfield problems by any means. But tonight, they've come and done a decent job. I don't think they can do it week in, week out. No, I don't. But tonight, when we needed them to be not the problem, they've not been the problem. If you're talking about United's problems tonight, you wouldn't be saying McTominay and Fred, which is a real testament to those two players.
I think at least we can say, if it stays like this at 90 minutes, I think we can safely say that United in the second half definitely tried to play. They did try to level up the tie, but it's not over yet, obviously.
Fortnite to 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and do that message again. You'll see what happens. You did. Ha. It's been a long half, this, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I hope I'm going to be wrong. I've like I say, my excitement level. I don't know. How excited are you at home? To say this is United 1-0 down against Barcelona and we've dominated them possession-wise, I just don't feel like there's a goal. I don't feel like we're going to score. It's not, sometimes you feel that there is a goal coming. I don't think that there is. I hope I'm wrong, but...
Oh, I think Lingard just picked up a yellow card as well just now.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that him out then?
No, I don't think so. Well, I think Vidal was copying what Fred did 5 minutes ago. Come on, United.
Well, it'd be a sucker blow if Barcelona went and got the second goal because here's Messi. Good tackle, McTominay. No prisoners there.
United have just lacked that cutting edge tonight. Almost as if they've been too scared to go forward. like the comment said earlier, not really any bite to our game. But you know what? I mean, apart from Messi's involvement in the first goal, I think Messi's been pretty quiet tonight as well.
I think the one that's really surprised me is Rakitic. He's been really quiet.
Mm. Yeah. It's certainly got a...
Here we go. They're in down the right-hand side.
Yeah.
That's a poor ball.
Oh.
McTominay has played with courage. Well done, lad, says Chris Atkins. Sorry.
So we've got one more change to make, I think, Mark. Would you throw the dice? And I suppose the obvious one would be Pereira, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he will. We miss another attacker. That's what we miss. I mean, really, Rashford and Lukaku should have been brought off. We're keeping Rashford on there, hoping he's going to do something. But, it's very rare that happens because he's had such a bad game that it's just sort of stuck in his head now. I don't think he's hit the ball on target, has he?
No, I don't think he is. No. I think he has. I think 4 or 5 opportunities he's had, and not one of them's been on target.
That's a good ball by Martial to Rashford. Can he put a decent cross in? Refused it. Fred, McTominay. See, we're not probing them enough here. Good header. Oh.
Come on, guys, come on. Well, we've still got, 10 minutes to go?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Suarez against Lindelof, no chance. Lindelof's there first. Lovely stuff.
Still plenty of time.
Some people are giving Fred man of the match.
I think he's been really good.
I think sentimentally a lot of people will give it to McTominay, but I think if you understand the game, Fred's position's more difficult than McTominay because he's ran the midfield. He's been watching Messi a lot. He's been tracking the runners a lot. There's been a few times they've been they've broke the defensive line and Fred's been tracking it. But McTominay's played well as well. It's difficult. Do you just go for McTominay because he's the young lad, or do you go for Fred because he's played a really difficult position very, very well with people like Coutinho and Messi on his shoulder? He's done really well. But here we go. See, it's Fred who's had to track here because Luke Shaw is getting
pulled out a bit.
But Fred with the tackle again.
Yeah. He's done really well the second half, tidying up down our left-hand side.
There's a free kick on the edge of the box here.
Yeah.
Pogba fouling Samadou. And this is what you don't want to do. And Pogba knows it. He doesn't want to do this because it's right on the edge of the box. Get your wand of a left foot out because it might be a bad wand of a foot because it could be Messi's left wand of a foot. And we've got an emoji for that, which we don't really want to use for Barcelona. But we all know you don't give Messi free kicks from here. And he's had a very quiet game, but world-class players just need one opportunity. And this could be a lesson for United and Rashford, who's had numerous opportunities. He can get them up and down quicker than... I was going to say something else, but yeah. It's very close to the edge of the box. He'll be trying to whip this up and down, though. De Gea knows where this is going. He's got to get his angles right.
He can get it up and down quicker than we can at our age, mate.
Oh, I don't know. Speak for yourself.
And he's got the pink boots as well.
Oh, well, he went low. He went under the wall, trying to be cheeky. Well, that's a bit of a let-off because that would not have surprised me if he'd found the back of the net from there. But United live to fight again.
You know, as long as it's still 1-0, we're still in it. Oh, God.
Decent ball in there. Yeah. I tell you, PK's been very good. I think overall PK would probably be my man of the match for the game. I think he's played really, really well for Barcelona. He always seems to play well against Manchester United. Maybe it's that incentive because it's he was here before, but he's done very, very well. But we've gone with a short corner this time, and Lingard doesn't even beat the first man.
No.
And unless we're going to get a lucky VAR against Suarez, which I don't think we are, Young makes a mess of the tackle, but who's across again? Fred.
Fred, yeah.
Stunning performance from Fred today. I think the question mark was there, McTominay or Fred, but Fred's just sort of heard it and gone up a gear in this last few minutes. So what do we got? Still got about 7-8 minutes left.
Yeah, you know, I mean, probably 2-3 minutes extra time as well. Probably say we've got 10 minutes still. But you know what, Fred, for such a small guy, he can certainly put himself about.
He's been very impressive.
Yeah.
Pereira's coming on. You called that?
Yeah.
I wonder who he's coming on for. Rashford. See, that to me is why he's got his team select his bench wrong, because you're bringing Pereira on for Rashford, and really that's where you should have a Mason Greenwood, because that's where you need a striker, and we haven't got it.
Probably it's the wrong change at the wrong time for me with so little time left to go.
Yeah, you'd keep Rashford on, wouldn't you? Yellow card for Smalling. We've got a new member, which is welcome to DJ Serrani. Pereira for Rashford. Then.
Oh, do you know, I mean, he's not had the desired effect tonight, Marcus Rashford. Bit of poor performance by his standards.
No, it's been I'll tell you what, I know what I'm going to give him in the player rating show after this, and I think it might shock a lot of people, and I do like him, but, you know, I can't hide behind the fact that he's not been good enough.
I wonder what, how we're going to go now. Oh, Suarez rolling around on the floor like he's been shot there. But Smalling had his hand on his shoulder. That was it.
He's always been a cheat, though, hasn't he?
He's rolling around, holding his neck and everything. Oh, dear. Jack Norman says we've been awful. It's not on. Ping says we have no cerebral strikers. Byron Hall says the Shark is a disgusting human and a poor excuse of a man.
Oh, come on, United. At least just 1-1 would be... Well, I think we've deserved 1-1. It's just... Here's Shaw. Dink. No one on the back post. I told you I just didn't feel we were going to score, though. It's ridiculous, isn't it? We're at home to Barcelona in the Champions League quarter-final. Biggest game of the season on paper. We've had so much of the ball, and I just haven't had any confidence in his scoring.
Is that because of our home form, Mark, or...
I just don't think we've got the quality in this team. I just don't think we've got the quality in the team. For some reason, I just don't think that... I think if Pogba doesn't do something from the midfield, as good as Fred and McTominay have been, they've grafted. They're not creators, are they? And if Pogba doesn't create something from the midfield, and Young's useless at right back, and Deleu's not really a left back, so the flanks haven't been good enough. It's just slim pickings, I think, to create goals. But we've more than held our own against them. It's disappointing.
Oh, yeah. I think second half has been much improved. We certainly had more of the ball second half.
Pereira, he can put a cross in, and no one's attacking it. It's on the head of Longley.
This is the thing now, isn't it? We've only really got the one striker.
All the crosses just seem to be finding the centre backs of Barcelona. So they're either bad crosses or they're just far more better at reading the ball. Barca are now looking to get one on break. Suarez. But I've not been impressed with Barcelona. I've not been impressed with them at all.
No, they'll
be far better in next week, but I think they got that goal and they were like, yeah, that's all we need here.
Yeah, they've not. We certainly haven't helped our cause either, because we've not really created any clear-cut chance. Well, we haven't, have we? Created any clear-cut chances? It's all been half chances or free kicks around the edge of the box.
Yeah.
So, looking at it like that, we've certainly not been as threatening as we know we can be, as we've seen. But we'll have to go to the new camp, or Camp Nou, however you say it these days, and put on another performance like we did against PSG.
Well, 1-0's not 2-0, is it? So
exactly, yeah. You can't say we're totally out of the tie. It's only half time in the tie if it stays like this.
Yeah. And you know what? I think a decent team beats these, and I know, and I say that with total conviction. I really do think that a decent team beats these, and unfortunately for us, we're not a decent team at the moment. We're a work in progress. We're just not quite there.
The thing is, it'll probably play on Barcelona's minds throughout that game next week, what United did. So they'll never be comfortable in that second leg. But they've certainly got to get... I mean, we're away from home as well. Now, form away from home is a lot better than home form.
Yeah, we haven't got anything to defend there. We're behind, so it's not like we should go there.
We've got to go for it
with some bloody park the bus tactics again. We've got nothing to defend, so I would hope that we go and have a go. Get back to 4-3-3. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, even if we score one, it's not enough. We've got to score two.
3 minutes added on. I don't think we're going to get anything, to be honest. But stranger things have happened. But I've got a lot of notes I want to talk about in my match reaction. Player ratings is going to be interesting, like I say. Ray Cole Brown Amore says, we bottle it. We played the name of Barca, not the team. What a comment. I think.
Yes.
I'm going to use that comment. I think it's absolutely spot on. I'd call it a wasted opportunity, but I think you're right. We wasted this we should have won this game. And I know that sounds really stupid, but we should have won this game. We absolutely... And the scary thing is, if this was 0-0, we'd still be parking the bus, giving them the ball. It took us a goal to think, we've got to try and get something. And then when we tried to get something, it was like, we could have got something out of this game. We went way too negative. Way too negative. And I said that at the start. I said I didn't like that team. And everyone said, you're being negative. And I wasn't negative. Ollie was at negative. He went way too negative in this game. But we've never looked like scoring, have we, really? That Deleu's header.
Yeah, apart from that, I mean, that's really the only opportunity in open play that we've had, I think. But one of the worst things for me, stat-wise, is in all competitions, I think this is, third or fourth loss in 5 games, I think it is now.
Yeah, well, look at the... If you look under the Man United thing there, we've got 3 losses in 6. We've now got 4 losses in 6. T. Ballard says, Trash the Young, can I get an emoji for that? And Tyson Marley, we need to fix our right and get clinical finishing. Yeah. This is why I think Lukaku needs to go. I mean, again, we've played a top team. We know he's got 1 goal in 17 games against the top 6. And here we are against another top team in the world. And he's not had a sniff. Not had a sniff. And, Eric Cass says Ollie's fault, poor tactical setup. Yeah, I agree. But he's an inexperienced manager. And I think tonight, maybe he's tried to be too clever. I think maybe he's been trying to be too clever.
But I think, you got to give him a bit of credit because he tried to rectify it in the second half.
Yeah. But the trouble is, in the very big games, that mistake can cost you the game. You don't always get a chance to get back in, do you?
But you look at the quality of players that we got, and
why have we not just lumped that into the box there?
Yeah.
Smalling? Fucking hell, what was that? Giving a goal kick. Who would your man of the match be, Marcus? Because
I think there's only one. I think Fred. I really do. I think for United, it's got to be Fred. He's been all over the place in that midfield. He's not looked out of place in the last couple of games either. I think he does play that CDM role really, really well.
I would start playing him in all the games now till the end of the season. Maybe we buy one in the summer, but I would start playing him on there. Mark, Ollie at Barca equals history. I have a funny feeling, says Vicky189. This should just be about ready to blow now. We need someone that can cross the ball. We could have had more chances if a quality ball was put in. Young can't play next game. Lukaku sucks too. That's from Top Geezer. Well, he shouldn't be playing, should he, Young? But he keeps getting picked. And Ollie keeps on picking him.
Well,
anyway,
Shaw's out for the next one, isn't he?
Yeah. So Young will definitely play. But that's it, Marcus. So thanks for coming on, pal. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure as always. Thanks for having me on, and I'll tune into the match reaction. But see you all guys later. All right.
Yeah, match reaction stream, link in the video description or through the homepage. I'll be live there in about 1 minute's time. We'll be doing player ratings, my thoughts on the game, and getting your thoughts as well. I'll see you on the match reaction, link in the video description or through the homepage. See you in a mo.